Oh,
When you
I mean, I'm recording now.
Not
Yeah.
quite. Just give me 1
Oh,
second.
1 second. It's been 1 second. Just kidding.
Hello?
Hello! Stop saying hello!
Hello.
I need to just get the funniest part is not the I can't remember the blonde lady's name. Lisa Kudrow. The funniest part is the other Sherry or Terry, whoever it is. Hello. So I need to cut that little clip out.
Yeah, that's top of the list.
Well, I mean,
Top
what am I
of the
supposed
list.
to do? Assign grades?
You've we've acknowledged that you've changed the angle of your webcam, haven't we, Duke?
Yeah, we've
Well,
acknowledged the
I
weirdness.
want you to be able to see this beautiful profile.
Yeah, we've acknowledged that. Right.
My
Got it.
magnificent Adam's apple.
Exactly.
Intriguing sidelong glance.
That's
Stuff
funny.
in my
Intriguing.
nose.
I like it. Intriguing.
I mean, I can stare at you like this if you want. I can put it back if people want. I just think it's better like this.
But it's fine. It
you have
is
an opinion, Shane?
absolutely
Or you just
fine.
No, not really. We're all on the angle, aren't we?
Yeah, that's right. I
yeah.
think that might have been it. I was worried that
I've seen some podcasts where they try and uniform the webcams.
Oh, you want us to be like other podcasts now?
No,
I guess I'll
no,
just
I
throw
didn't say
all
that.
these
Direction.
sound clips away.
Didn't say that, did I? Didn't say that. I
I
said
don't know. It
You didn't
kind
have
of
to say
sounded
it. I
like
could
that.
feel it.
I'd
Yeah,
seen other podcasts where
insinuation.
but they
Well, I've seen other podcasts where they deny the reality of COVID.
but like they have like centralized webcams and then they have like all the same microphones and all the same branding, which requires like cash, which
Well,
too
I mean,
busy.
I could make you these little veteran gamers doodads for your mics if you want.
Mine wouldn't show.
Ah.
All they got to do is print something.
I could
You could put it
Doodad.
in front of the
I could
back
stick
of
it
your
on
mic.
there. Yeah.
It doesn't matter though.
No,
It
none of this
doesn't
matters. No,
matter.
none of this matters.
None of it matters.
Are you ready, Stuart? Are we ready to begin?
I'm ready. I'm just waiting for you two to
Okay.
stop gabbing on about nothing.
Let's start the motherfucking show,
The
bitch.
reason I ask is because last time I asked you, we were like, wait, not yet, just 1 second. But now you're ready, and we're all ready. And
I'm
we're
totally
ready.
ready.
To go.
Stop saying
Totally
Italian
ready, Mum.
maintenance twins and gay in here!
Yo to the veteran gamers, Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you play this week.
You know the intro. Just play it. Just play it, man.
Are you not hearing that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's doing his catchphrase.
It's a joke, man. Just play it.
Hilarious.
You know, hilarious.
No one gives a shit.
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
Are you seriously talking about video games? How dare you?
Hello and welcome to episode 670 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 670. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny.
And we are not military veterans, people. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Yes, and
Yeah,
we
we
are
are.
live on the internet.
And I'm wearing the
Internet.
shirt that Mr. Hero got me.
Nice.
Duke the Crank. Look at that. What?
Very good.
Thank you, Mr.
Duke is
Hero.
wearing a t-shirt.
Appreciate that. Every week for the next 3 weeks. This week, next week, and the week after, I'll be wearing a different shirt. He
Yeah.
gave me an embarrassment of goodies.
He did.
You're next,
And
Stu.
I'm next. I'm waiting. I'm
Yeah.
waiting, patiently waiting.
Well, it's
Just
gonna happen.
anticipating
Yeah,
my shirt's arriving. Who knows?
that's right.
Who
So how's everybody doing? How has your week been?
Interesting. I've got a weird week because, and I'll
Ooh.
tell you for why. I got my get back to work note from the doctors.
Ooh, okay.
to
You're able to
fucking
return to
work.
work.
Get back to fucking work, you lazy twat. You've been
Get
off
back
7
to
weeks.
work.
I've been off work 7 weeks, nearly 2
Yeah.
months,
Yeah,
man.
that's pretty cool.
But yeah, I got my back to work. Get your fucking ass back in work, you lazy twat. Note. So that's happening on Tuesday. So I'm going back in on Tuesday for 7 hours and 7 hours on Saturday. So 2 days this week.
I must say,
bit-
whenever somebody says get back to work, I think of Bart when he owned the factory that he bought for like $1 on a police auction or whatever. And Millhouse is like his employee for some reason. And at one point, Millhouse is like sweeping up the floor and he's like, woof. And up on the top level, Bart's like, get back to work. So
Yeah.
I
So
can't
there you go.
find the
So
sound clip, but if I did, it would be great.
I've got to get back to work, and in 4
Yeah.
weeks' time, all being well, I'll be back full time.
Are you ready for work again?
I feel fine. I feel fine. I must
I'm
admit,
glad
I
to
do
hear it.
feel absolutely fine. But
Great.
it's a weird scenario, and I said this to Kay the other day because I know I've got a serious illness,
Yeah.
but I feel fine, which is just a weird thing to think about. if
That
you know
is
what-
weird, but you know what? I'm glad you're feeling fine.
Yeah, yeah. So because I shouldn't, you know.
I'm
'cause I've got this
so, to be
serious
honest,
thing.
Stu.
You say what? Sorry.
I'm so to be honest. that
Yeah, you're
feeling
so.
fine. Like
Oh, you're
Duke's
so.
glad. Duke's glad that you're feeling fine. I'm so. I'm sort of like.
Oh,
You're,
okay,
you're,
fair
you
enough,
you
fair
could take it or leave it. Chinny
Yeah.
is
I
like,
can
take it or
okay
leave it,
with
take
you
it or leave
being
it.
fine.
Come
but
see,
Yeah.
come sat.
he's not
Honestly,
Come see,
I'd
come
probably be sad for like an hour,
An hour.
about an hour.
As long as that. An
Yeah,
actual whole hour.
I'd expect the same from you, Stu.
No, I don't know whether I'd go more 55 minutes though. To be
Yeah,
honest,
fair enough.
I don't know whether it'd make the full hour.
We
I'd have to
definitely have
see.
a.
I'd have to see. It's hard
we
to know.
definitely have
It's
a
hard to
10
know.
second silence on the show for you,
Maybe.
and then move on
Maybe.
and forget about you immediately.
No, and then get that guy who sent the speak pipe last week.
Oh yeah, we'll get him in.
Yeah, get him in. Sounded
Somebody's
fine.
got to feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're very
was, you know-
replaceable, Stu. Let's face it.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad I'm I can't even say a replaceable person.
We are, see, who else could give us that kind of
know.
sparkling dialogue?
Exactly.
about this?
Maybe people should think before they speak.
Exactly.
Exactly. Maybe they should.
And then Duke will play sound effects like that and be like, "Who was that guy on that?"
Was
clip?"
he? Was he on this at one point
Was
in
he
time?
on the
That was
show?
a sound
Not
effect that like totally threw me. Then that did.
Do you know what I
Oh
mean?
my god! Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
For those who are
Where-
listening
where
for the
else?
first time, I have sound clips of all these yahoos, and I'll be playing them throughout the show, just to throw you off. You won't know what's real, what's
Yeah.
live, who knows.
Exactly. Where else
All
would you
sorts
get
of
those
crazy stuff
pearls of
going on.
wisdom?
See,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
try.
I'm not going to get interrupted by stupid sound effects.
No, I won't. You can tell that's not me because I'm young. But I try to make the show inclusive for new listeners, whereas Duke tries everything in his power to make it.
How do you make
exclusive.
the show
Excluding.
inclusive for new listeners? Sorry, what are you
Excluding.
doing to make the show inclusive for new
I
listeners?
give context to what games we're playing all the time.
Sometimes.
I try and move
You,
the show
you,
along.
you make it sound like you're happy if Stu's ill.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah, he
helpful
did.
for new listeners.
He
I
did
like
do
to
that.
file my nails during the podcast.
That also
That is
happened.
helpful. New listeners are like, what are they doing with their hands?
You know?
Yeah.
Somebody got a story time?
Well, I had quite a week, to be honest.
Did you? We had
Time for a
quite a week.
story, it's time for a story. A very special story, especially for you. It's time for a story, it's time for a story. Sit down and listen now, don't be a Jew.
So, my story, written by Kanye West. My story starts on
story?
Halloween.
Okay.
I was working in Chelmsford.
Oh, yeah, everyone knows
Chelmsford.
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 What is Chelmsford?
And the van got robbed.
Oh,
You're
no.
joking.
Oh, jeez.
My God, that is bad.
So then
What-
I won't go
Oh,
into
man.
the details, but basically 11 o'clock on Halloween night, I was in a bush looking for
Oh, no.
a lot of money. Well, like worth of kit. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
But
uh,
hoping you'd find it like I found that PS4. Is that what's happening here?
we found some stuff,
really?
It's mad, isn't it, that people chuck stuff in bushes?
and we found and then we found out because we was on a hotel, and we found out like loads of vans got robbed, and we only left the van for half an hour
Good
oh,
God.
jeez. That
Half
sucks.
an
It's
hour.
such a violation of like
to
you
check
hope
in.
your stuff would be
We
safe,
checked
you know?
in half an hour later, and luckily we took most of the stuff in,
Mm.
and then we was like, this is all we can carry. Let's come back for the other stuff that we can't carry. Half an hour later, gone.
Good God.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Nice shit. So now you've got to go through your insurance and all that bullshit. And oh God.
Lovely stuff.
Eesh.
So, yeah, Jake has just spoilt the snooker for me. Thank you very much, Jake. in the chat.
Did you really? Were you really like waiting?
I was
to
going to
see?
watch that after the show, yeah,
Oh,
but never mind.
jeez.
Who
Good. You don't
cares?
need to bother now. You saved
Don't
some
need to bother
time.
on it. Think. Maybe you should think before
never
you speak,
know.
Duke. Maybe you should.
Yeah,
think
well,
before you speak.
maybe they should.
Maybe
people should think before they speak.
Mm.
See?
Well, but he also, I mean,
So then,
is
so
there
then
any reason to
we yeah. So we lost a bunch of kit, and then luckily the customer was very, very nice and understanding, and we could still do the job. And then some of the one of the lights we were using was in a bush, like 16 hours before it was used. You know, what I mean? I was saying to like some of the people we were working with, was like, that was in a bush last night. So then,
Look, you got to see the funny side. You got to see the funny side.
yeah.
Here's what I don't get though. If somebody takes stuff out of your van, why throw it in a bush? Why not just leave it in
So-
the van?
So they basically take a load of bags, and they look for stuff that they can sell quickly.
Yeah.
So
I
the stuff.
guess.
So they left. So they took Tom's bag, right?
Yeah.
And they took in Tom's bag they took like some lights and a gimbal, which was quite expensive, and all this sort of stuff. They took Tom's bag, and in Tom's bag was his AirPods, his car keys, his iPad, his laptop, right? And we tracked it. That's how we found it, because we tracked it, right? And then we found his bag, and we found his AirPods, his laptop, his iPad.
Right.
We didn't. All his chargers were gone. 25 quid's worth of cash was gone. The Apple Pencil was gone, and then a lot of other vans got stolen, like got robbed, and like they take the drill out the drill case and then take the drill. So they don't take anything that can be tracked, or
Gotcha.
like, so serial numbers is no good for them.
Right.
And also like chargers. They took all of Tom's chargers, which you think
Wow.
chargers,
Wow.
but they're like, I don't know, 10 a pop or whatever they are, right? So
Yeah.
especially an Apple Watch charger, which he got stolen. So yeah, they're clever, and the way they stole the stuff out of the van was very, very clever. One tiny little hole, pop, and then it goes. So yeah, they knew what they're doing, and I reckon they stole that in 30 seconds. And then
It's
in the
just
morning,
twats, aren't
in
they?
the morning, I saw these guys having breakfast, and they had like branded tops on, like for some company. I was like, should I say something? I was like, well, if I don't say something, they might not know their van's stolen, and they might go to a job and do that, turn up to that job with no tools.
Right.
So I said to the chap, you know, have you got a van? And he says, oh yeah, we got two. And then they sent one of the blokes out. The bloke came back, white as a ghost, $4,000 worth of stuff stolen.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and there was another van that got robbed and all that sort of stuff. And the worst part is, like, we were out for 3 days in a row, so like we had to sort of stay out as well. So like we had to carry on, and then we were filming in Chelmsford and then in Cambridge, and yeah, then we filmed. Then Thursday we came back, and we had to go straight to an award show
Oh
because
no.
my business was up for 2 awards. Well, my business was up for 1 award, and then one of our employees was up for an award. And guess what? We won both.
Did you?
There you go.
Hey, change
So like what a,
company.
and then also just on top of
So
everything.
you
else,
are now an award-winning video production company.
He's already he's already won
multi-
other
I'm
awards.
saying though,
Multi.
now
Yeah,
he's won other
multiple
awards.
world-famous,
Yeah.
award-winning.
Yeah, and then
Here's
to
to
top it
you.
all. Oh, by the way, on Halloween, on that day where we was looking for the bush, in the day, offer got accepted on the new house, so we're moving house.
Wow, you never told
so-
me.
Oh
So-
wow! I didn't know
so,
you were
like,
moving house.
So we went from,
Damn,
oh my
everything's
God.
happening.
oh my god, like we got our offer accepted, to, oh my god, everything got stolen, to, oh my god, like the actual filming in the
Just
week.
won an award.
to the filming in the week was you know, it was good. It was fine. The customer was really, really nice. So like it was actually like not too bad. It was tiring, but it was like actually like quite a good week in terms of just
Right.
fun. I had a good
So,
lab.
so let me ask you a question.
I was in this lab. Sorry, I was in this lab. I was at this university in Cambridge. This lab, and it was called a super lab, and it's fucking massive.
Super lab.
And they were dissecting rats, which I've been playing a Plague Style at the moment, so that was quite good for me. And then won the award, so we're like going up again, and then I felt really ill, so I went down again, and then last night we had bonfire with my little niece, so that topped it off, so that was good.
That's
So it's
good.
been one.
What I was
going to
ask, you know, this award you won.
Yes.
Was there any cash prize to go along with the award? You know, you win some cash.
No. So they
That's
don't
a
really
shame.
give cash prizes for these types of. We Yeah, so Ollie was up for an award and he was up for Apprentice of the Year and he was up first and he got it and I was like, oh, brilliant. And to be honest, I was more bothered about him winning it. I was like, you know what, if he wins that, I'd be happy. And then the business one, I'm like, whatever. I'm not
So what was
sure.
your reward for?
It's like small business apprenticeship employer or small employer of the year or something like that because.
Did you get a trophy or something? You just hold it
Yeah,
up?
we
and
got a
read what it
trophy.
says?
No, I haven't got it. It's in the office, but like,
It's in the office, man.
yeah, but basically, like, we've been helping a bunch
If I
of.
won a trophy, you know, it would just be in front of the camera the whole time.
We-
I'm
we-
going to hold up a trophy I won in middle school.
We've been helping a bunch of like, you know, like young people like learn stuff, and they come in and they do a little bit. There you go, and so that's why. So we've been helping the young uns. Yes, Duke. Very.
Look at that. There you go. What was that for, dude?
Second
That was
place.
for Pinewood Derby because my dad was a mechanical engineer, so he helped me stomp all the other kids with their stupid little cars, and we made our car the best. These are
So was this
model
like
cars.
a soapbox? Soapbox
No,
car?
these are model cars running on like a track.
Wow, I'll get you. Look at that.
But he was also a model railroader, so we had an unfair advantage.
I'm glad that
Wow.
we're
Jack
focusing.
476.
I'm glad we're focusing on the correct thing here.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
Duke
you could be holding
cheating
up a
to
trophy
win.
right now, but you chose not to. Don't give me stick because I'm holding up my
You
trophy.
cheating to win, that's what we're focusing on.
How did I cheat?
Because your dad was an engineer.
Every dad does the work. No kid's building a little car to run on a track.
Yeah, but not everyone's dad's an engineer.
Well, that's not my fault, and that's not unfair for me to have a cool dad who knows about the thing. When it was the singing contest, the person whose dad was a singer could help them.
Well,
Although on The
I guess.
Simpsons, it's like, and the kids who obviously had no help from their parents, Lisa Simpson and Ralph Wiggum. I'm Ohio. Sure you are, Ralph.
anyway.
Hello,
So that's my
Florida.
week.
That's
Yeah,
your
well, it
week.
sounds like a fun week, except when you were getting robbed, which is not.
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
fun.
exactly. That is not
Yeah.
a good week.
See, I've been robbed before, so I'm sort of like over it, and I was over it very
so.
quickly. I was over it like the next day.
Does your
Whereas-
company have insurance to pay for the stuff
Yeah,
that
yeah,
got
yeah.
took?
So, but
But it's still a faff. It's a lot of
It's
I
a,
know,
well,
I know.
well, this is what I was saying to Tom. Was like, because we got your stuff back, everything else is inconvenient. Your stuff is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
important because you know it's
Right.
your stuff. Everything else is inconvenient. Yeah, we got to, you know, you got to get it all back and all that sort of stuff. But it's if anybody has been robbed,
was
it's
Matt
like,
as calm about all of this robbing stuff?
well, he
Just
wasn't there,
asking.
so he sort of felt.
No,
a
but
bit-
he'll know about it. But what was he like?
No, he hasn't found out. No, I'm joking. He
I've told him.
he you know, I think he sort of felt a little bit like hopeless in a way because he wanted to help, so he's been helping in his own way of just making sure, like, you know, it's all the stuff's got to be done. So yeah, you know, but like as I said, look, I've been robbed before, so I feel like I've got over it very quickly. Like whereas Tom and
Yeah.
Rick, who I was with, they were like, "Oh, can't leave that there. Oh my god," you know, and they're like very conscious of everything. I was like, you know, like it probably won't happen again for another like 10 years. You know, like we should take all the
Yeah, yeah.
precautions, and I'm not saying don't be
Right,
careful, but
right,
like
right. But you
but-
got to keep it in perspective and recognize that it's just stuff.
it's very very rare that it happens to you if you take most precautions. And let's be fair, like we've looked at all like things you can do to vans to like secure them and stuff.
yeah,
If you want to get in, they get in. Like
yeah.
it's
right.
just the way it is, and it's the same with your house. You know, as
Yep.
secure as you want to make your house, cameras, lights, doorbells, all the stuff. If they want to get in, if they really wanted to get in, it's getting. But it's about making low hanging fruit.
Your
Like
h-
your house,
Well, it's
not a
not-
low
it's making
hanging
it
fruit,
less-
is it?
Make it a
Less
hard target.
desirable.
Yeah, make it a hard target.
Yeah.
So
Right.
like,
Right.
yeah, that's it. That's all it is. But if they
They want
really,
easy targets. They don't want it to be difficult.
yeah, if they really wanted to get in though,
They
would do
could,
it.
but they
yeah.
they tend
I
to
saw
go
that
for the
documentary
easy
film
targets.
Panic Room.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway,
Exactly.
that's my week. One hell of a week.
One
Yeah.
hell of a week.
I've got a money saving tip for everybody, people, because you know me,
Ooh,
I like a bargain,
cash
like
money,
to save cash.
Ka-ching.
Reason
Yeah.
being, right, I've noticed over the years my Virgin Media has crept up in price. You know how it does
Oh yeah,
slowly
Jeez.
mine has. Yeah.
crept up, and I was paying £83 a month. Right, and I'm like, wonder what the offers are on the website. And I went and looked on the website, and an equivalent offer to mine, which wasn't very much different, was £65 a month, right? So I'm like,
Now wait,
hold up.
sorry, this is for your cell plan, or are you talking about internet?
Yeah, this is internet, phone, and TV.
House internet stuff.
Yeah, so all
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
stuff.
So what you went looking for is the most reliable internet to minimize the number of
Well,
times we have
I'd
to
have
go.
liked to have
Well,
done
what? Stu's just cutting out. What's going on?
So what?
or you went
happened
looking for
was-
the cheapest plan. One, or I mean, I assume it's
Well,
both.
So anyway, I phoned them up and I went, "Oi, dickhead, how come I'm
That's
paying?"
a great way to start a conversation.
That's the best way to start a conversation
Yeah.
like this. Just saying,
Listen, fuckface.
why am I paying 27 quid more than an equivalent deal on your website currently, which is also then reduced for new timers, new people to
Because they want to get people in.
£33
Of
a
course,
month.
it's going to be
No,
reduced for them.
But then it goes to £65 in 2 years. So I'm like,
Okay.
I'm paying £27 more a month than that now. Right. So I had a bit of a
That is
ding dong with
weird.
this
I don't know.
dude.
Yeah. Okay.
So he was like, "Oh, just a minute." No, I didn't have a ding dong. I was very polite. And he was like, "Just a minute. I'll see what I can do for you, Mr. Fowler." So off
there
he
you
did.
go. Once you start making some noise, then they have some deals.
And then he came back and he went, I'll tell you what we can do. We can do it for £70 a month. So it's not quite the £65,
Yeah.
but we can do it
It's a
for
little better.
we can do it for £70 a month. How about that? And we'll increase your internet speed to 250 megs.
Hey, now we're talking.
And I was like, okay, then. So that's what happened. So
Okay.
now I've got 250 meg internet, and it's not actually £20. I'm like, my maths is
It
terrible.
sounds amazing. I mean, we're crystal clear.
It's £13 a month, but £13 a month is over £100 a year.
£30 is £30. That's
So
why
then I
I
went-
went. Oh, go ahead.
So then I went, how much are we paying for our mobile phones? And when I checked
Yeah.
out, there was
As long
better
as I
deals
got
for
a deal
those.
on that, let's keep the deals coming.
So I've saved over 20 quid a month just by doing that
Oh,
one thing. And
fucking hell.
There you
Stu's
go.
turned
He's
into
making a phone
the
call.
fucking money-saving expert.
I am.
Bollocks.
This
in
is
these
why-
times, man, it is worth
this is
looking
why
at. I'm just
I
saying to
went
people out there, I'm
to-
helping people. I'm
Yeah.
providing a service.
money!
This is why I went to the
Save some
Verizon
cash.
website and I saw something about you could save money. I was looking at different deals because I went over on my data and suddenly I have no data. And that's like, that sucks.
Ah,
I'm used to looking at
sucks, man.
Twitter when I'm at school between classes and I'm just like, it's crawling. Like, eh. So anyway, I was looking at their plans and I saw something that said you can save money if you're a teacher. And I'm like, hell yeah, I can. And I had to do something where I verified that I'm who I say I am. And now I'm saving money because I'm a teacher. I'm like, thank you, Verizon.
See?
That's cool. Cha-ching.
There's always money. And then this
Well,
week
not
I'm like,
always.
right,
In this case.
I'm going to pre-order my first actual physical game in about a year and a half,
Ooh, gaming related,
which of course is God of War Ragnarok,
of course.
right? And games are so expensive now, brand new. I've got so used to having
Yes.
Game Pass. I'm like, good God, when you buy a game, it's really expensive.
Yes.
So I did all the shopping around, and the cheapest price was £52.95 somewhere, right? Some
Uh-huh.
website I'd never heard of.
Right.
So I'm like, And then someone had posted, I think it was on Eurogamer, might be on Eurogamer, that you could, if you went to Curry's and put a code in, you could get £10 off the PS5 version and £9 off the PS4 version, which then came in at just over £50, which is the cheapest anywhere. So there you
pretty
go,
cheap.
saving on that. And then today, to top it all off, right, some dude did a comparison between the PS4 and PS5 version on GameSpot. And do you know what?
What?
You can't tell the difference.
Yeah, whatever
They
you want to
look-
tell yourself to justify the price. But
No, but also, no, listen, no, here's the thing,
Oh,
right?
listen,
if you
Jenny,
got a
listen,
PS5, you'd be
it's-
like, it looks
Jenny,
so
No,
much
should-
better on
no,
the
this is
PS5.
even more
You're
of
full
a
of
reason
shit.
not to get a PS5, because fuck me, if they can make God of War look exactly the same on both consoles, what
shit.
is the point of spending an extra 10 quid on the game and buying a console that's 500 quid or
Be a
whatever?
man and buy the most
Friggin-
expensive thing and
friggin'
regret
suck
it.
You already
shit.
bought the console, Stu. Why have it if you're not going to use it?
Because suck that shit up, I tell you.
Well, maybe you should think before you buy consoles.
I'm not
I
bought one, I'm
rang
not
I
rude.
rang Virgin Media this week and I said I want to pay more.
I've got
And he
loads
was
of money.
like,
How much
"I'm
more can I
sorry,
give you?
Mr.
Yeah.
Chin, like what did you say? I said
Didn't you just get robbed?
I want to pay more, and while you're at it, while you're on your little computer there, give me less internet.
Yeah, exactly.
And they said,
Nick,
Yeah.
get it? Like that's what happens if you have less
Yeah.
internet.
Nick's in the chat says,
Very
thanks,
funny.
Stu. I'm also with VM. We'll give them a call as mine is just over £80. Look, Nick, this is the thing.
Yeah,
right?
you could be. Hey, I heard you gave Stu a deal. I want the
Click.
same deal.
click the option for thinking of leaving, which is what I did. But I
There
didn't
you
tell him I was
go.
leaving. I just said, why
You've
is the
got
better
30
deals
seconds
available
to keep me
on
as a
internet?
customer. Start making me offers.
Why is the better deals available and I'm paying
Biatch.
this?
Chuck
You
in a
can
salt
kiss
shaker
my
and we're talking.
And then he went, right, this is the thing though, right? So he just got it down to
Oh
7
my
quid and then he
God,
went,
the story just won't
Fucking
end.
hell, you
And
just
anyway,
rang Virgin
right,
and asked them
I
for
know,
a
yeah.
discount and it's
Anyway.
dragging on.
for another 3 quid, you can have
Fucking hell.
350 meg internet. And I went, no, thank you. What
Oh.
difference
Oh,
does
that's
that
thank
make?
God you shared that part of the
All right.
story. with us.
Exactly.
Whoops.
It's good
Where
of
are
a
you
should,
going?
you know. Anyway,
Story
let's
time's
do
over,
some
isn't
games.
it?
I moved the show along. Just was
Yeah,
sitting
you
there
will.
filing his nails, not helping new listeners.
Let you
Oh!
go.
I'm guessing
Twins and get in here.
the Virgin Media guy shot himself.
He did.
I'm
after
guessing
I'd
any
been on
new
the phone to
listeners
him.
have shot themselves. If they,
He
what
was
the fuck
like,
am I doing with my life?
They should.
Yeah. All right. So who's
Whoa.
starting?
You could. One of you two can start. Just pick someone.
Go ahead, Chinny. Chinny always has the
most.
most games on his
Yeah,
list.
go on,
so
Chinny.
he-
You have loads to play. Let's see you.
So-
no, he has nothing.
So you two was like, we gotta play Warhammer Vermintide, and I've had a fucking mad week this week, and today was the only day.
Well, hang on a second. Wait. Let's start at the beginning of this process. Usually, at the start of the week, we've decided that it's a good thing if all of us play the same
Yeah.
game. So at the start of the week, we begin the discussion. Okay, who's picking the game? What are we choosing? Something on, wherever. End of the week comes, I'm like, hey, did we choose a game? What are we playing? And Stu's like, I don't know. This is free on Steam. I'm like, cool. And 2 days later, Chinny's like, heck of a week. What are we playing? Huh? What?
Yeah, it's been on since Thursday or something.
I
wasn't it?
don't
But to be
know.
fair, when you posted something, Stu, it was just a link to the Steam page, so you could put the name of the game.
I
in there
don't
as
No,
know.
well.
well, you put it
I
afterwards,
don't.
to be fair.
You two need
Oh,
to
that's true.
stop it, right? Did you hear the fucking week I had? Did you just
Oh,
hear it?
boo-hoo, you got robbed
Oh,
at gunpoint.
boo-hoo.
Someone carjacked
Right.
you. So
You
what?
didn't
I
have time
haven't
to look
been-
at
I got
the fucking
carjacked, but I don't
phone.
start
When
complaining
I
about
when
it.
I left home on Monday morning, I didn't come back home till Thursday midnight.
Now who's the crank?
Mr.
Right.
Mike Chin, let
What?
me
Yeah.
ask you a question.
Stu's got a heart
Did you leave-
condition. You don't get to win over that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
got
he's,
grades
he's
now
at
on
fucking
I
home all the
trump
time,
everyone.
dossing.
I'll trump everybody. Did you leave your phone at home?
Ooh, Trump.
Did I? No,
Oh, well, then you've no excuse, as you do.
Did you
just
instantly
seen
look
it?
at every message we sent, Chinny? Because
No.
that's what you need to
Yeah,
be
exactly.
I don't
No,
even
but
look
yeah.
at the family group chat.
You will have looked at your phone. Don't
See,
give me
that's
none of
the
this
problem.
bullshit.
Chinny is so popular. Everyone's always like, "Hey,
They're
Chinny,
all
look at this. Hey,
messaging me.
Chinny, what do you think about that?"
Bullshit.
And you're like, "I don't give a fuck about any of these people."
My
Well, I can
like
smell-
all the family are talking about. Oh, did you see the pictures of little Thea? Like she looks so lovely in a little swimsuit. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I haven't seen any of the family group chat. I'm a monster, right? Everybody just thinks I'm fucking awful, all right?
You are.
I am. So forgive me, Stu, for being away for ages and spending time with my wife and
Look,
winning
whoa,
2 awards
whoa.
for
Okay,
my
now hang on a
company.
second, though.
Take
Wait.
your phone for
You're
it being away
choosing
makes
not to
no
look at the.
difference. It
Hang on,
makes
let
no
me ask this question.
difference.
Let me ask this question, and this is all very interesting to listeners. Chinny, do you have a different sound go off when we text
It's muted.
you versus your family?
It's muted.
Well,
probably
what the
muted.
fuck? You can't complain then.
Because
No.
because group chats are a fucking nightmare.
Would
Not
you have
our
had it
group
muted
chat. We
at
tend
home?
to keep it pretty concise on ours.
Let me
We're
get-
not
well,
Charles Boyle
Would
over
you have
here.
had it muted at home?
I always have my phone muted.
Well, it wouldn't have made any difference where the fuck you were then, would it?
No, but like the group chats don't even come up as little icons.
It wouldn't have made
they're-
any
The
difference where
lesson
you were,
is
though, would it?
the lesson is on the show at the end of the show tonight. We're gonna pick the game for next
Oh,
week.
yeah, we'll
that
have to
way,
do it because
listeners
he's-
can also play the game and decide
Yeah,
what they
exactly. And Chinny is an awful person.
So anyway, I d-
Well, that's true. That goes
the
without
end of that
saying.
story is fuck Vermintide. I didn't play it
Do you
because I
know
was
what
trying
else,
to
though?
down.
He
I was-
texted me at 4 o'clock this afternoon and said, "What's the game?" So I told him, right? So we started downloading them with his super fast fucking I've got a gig bloody internet from Virgin.
Why
right?
does that have to get mentioned? What does that have to do with
Because it would have
anything?
taken about 15 minutes for it to
Oh,
download. So he's had since
Whatever.
4
That took me 15 minutes. I set it up. I
was
went to had a
just like,
sandwich and I
"Oh,
came back.
I
and it was
can't be
ready."
bothered to
You couldn't be
download.
arsed.
And if you
eight-
can't be
You
bothered,
couldn't be
that's a
arsed.
different matter.
I can't be bothered
it
to
is.
download an 80 gig game that I'm just going to delete 5 minutes later. Right? It's just
Did you
fucking-
watch a Let's Play, Chinny?
I
'Cause
saw.
you could oh snap! Oh, I mean, how could you not play this game, Chinny?
Oh,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I hovered over a YouTube thumbnail while it
Can I
played
just
and looked at
say,
it.
I know Duke is lying because he's played it for 53 minutes.
Shut
'cause he
up,
said it on
Stu!
his
I'm trying to look
stupid
cool.
profile.
I want Chinny
Alright.
to think I'm cool, man.
So anyway, I didn't play this shit game. But
What did you play? It's not called what you not been playing.
Yeah, what have you
Should we-
not
what
been
you
playing?
I'll
Let's
tell you
have
what,
a new feature.
that's a fucking long list.
What? Okay, how about this? What have you been playing? What have you not been playing that you should have been playing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
what have you not been
I did play
playing?
for a very brief. On the third night of being away from work, I did take my controller and I tried the cloud gaming on my Mac and connected it to the cell thing. Oh, I've got one of these.
Video games on the Mac. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh yeah, what's all
Yeah,
that
but no,
about?
but like I'm
What are you
streaming it through Xbox Cloud, xCloud.
Yeah,
Yeah,
through
but
a
it's a
browser. Do you do
Mac.
it through the browser?
No, Duke, stop it.
Chinny,
Right.
I used Macs for like 30
No,
years of
Duke,
my life.
Duke,
You can't
no,
tell me
no,
about
Duke.
Macs.
It's streamed, it's streaming.
It's streaming through a browser.
I
Yeah.
know, but
It's like
still,
on live.
It's a
The,
Mac.
it being a Mac has nothing to do with it.
No, it doesn't. It's
Yeah,
on
it
live.
does. Everything's slower on a Mac. Don't
No,
worry.
no, no. Anyway, I
is.
bought one of these
Anyway.
things, a backbone.
Okay.
So it's like you put it on the side. You put it on your phone,
Okay.
and you connect to. Well, you can play anything, but you connect to.
Yeah, you pretend it's a console, basically.
Yeah, it sort of converts your
Okay.
mobile phone into like a Switch.
Okay.
And I put that on my phone and played a
Wonder if
bit
that would
of.
make- No, I was gonna say I wonder if Rocket League would work then, but it didn't work for me on the Switch.
So when I was away, I used my Mac, and then recently I've been using that to play Plague's Tale on xCloud.
How
So
did it go, by the way, on the Mac? Was it good?
So
Did it work?
no,
so
it's
they-
a Mac.
oh my god, that's winding me up so much, and I know you're joking. I know
I
you're
want to
joking,
see
it's
if
winding me-
Kitty will come to the United States just to strangle me.
I know. So when I played it on xCloud via a Mac, it was fine. It was okay. I couldn't use the Premiere in internet because it's
I know. I
garbage.
was going to say that'd be shocking. Sure.
So I had to use my data on my phone, which wasn't great in the room, but still pretty good. And I was playing it, and I played about an hour and a half of it.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, and I did sort of, I wouldn't say give up, but just kind of had enough of it because you do have a little bit of a lag, like input lag.
Of course, it's a Mac.
Yeah, it is a Mac. Yes, Duke. Yes. You've just found a little scratch, haven't you?
I found a
Oh,
way to get
yeah,
under
yeah.
Chinny's
You've-
skin. Every time Chinny's like, whatever, it's cool.
You found a little thread and you're pulling on it.
I remember when.
Jenny's
What did you have to
Mac,
install on yours dude, to
fanboy.
actually play? You had to do a partition, all sorts of weird shit, didn't you, on
Yeah,
your
yeah,
Mac?
still
to
Oh
play
yeah.
games?
Oh, it's a nightmare. I mean,
It's a nightmare.
that's why I make jokes about Macs being shit for
Yeah,
me.
who plays games on a Mac?
Exactly. So yeah. Anyway, I played it for about an hour and a half. So I got through a chunk of it while I was away. I wanted to play a bit more of it, but obviously, I had PTSD of what was going on, so I didn't really feel like it.
Yeah, I'm a
and-
bit further, by the way. I played some this week. so
Yeah,
I'm
and I
getting on
played
it.
some today. When I couldn't be bothered to play Warhammer, I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll just make a good dent in Plague's Tale and
Put the footage on the website.
yeah. Sorry, I haven't done it for a while. I know it's been a week. Yes, so Plague's Tale Requiem. I'm about chapter 11 now.
Yeah, I'm on
So-
chapter 7, I think.
He's go to
7.
11.
So are you? Where are you in the game?
I'm trying to remember where I was last time I played it. I'd gone through that sort of village with all the weird pilgrims in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I've been
yes.
through there, and the priest helped me get out. He was like, "Oh, come on, you follow
Yes.
me. No one will know you're
Get
here."
out.
And I'm just a bit further than that. Somewhere.
You're not on
I
a
think.
boat yet, though, are you? You haven't. Gone
No,
on
I've
a
not
boat, no.
got to the second boat. I'm off the other boat, Obs.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
But I haven't got to the
So
second
you
boat.
go to
yet.
that island. I told you last week. You go to that island that he keeps dreaming about, and
Yeah.
yeah, that island's interesting because it's kind of open world at that point. At one
Ah.
point, which is interesting. But then you have to sort of get on with it and do the game. Yes, and what I mentioned last week about Plague's Tale is, I mean, most of it is it's a story-based stealth game where you escort this little boy and he's got rat powers and all sorts of stuff.
Question.
Yes.
Sorry. Having never played any of these games because I have no way to play them. It's not like it's on Game Pass. I wonder if it's a big escort mission. Is the other kid in danger? You have to protect that other kid as you do in many escort missions, or is it the type of thing where, like Elizabeth in BioShock Infinite, they can deal for themselves?
It
Sorry.
can be a
Are
little
you-
bit like that, can't it?
You-
Well, I've played it too. I can give a comment.
No, you can't.
All right, I
just kidding.
won't then.
I'm just kidding.
No, no.
I'm just kidding.
I'll
I
just
didn't
stay
want to
quiet
I
then.
didn't want to interrupt. Yeah, it like you basically attach to the kid for most of the game automatically.
Yeah.
There are sections where you're not attached to him, and you can send him to do little things. You never really notice. I don't know about you, Stu, but I never really noticed that you're escorting him that much because you're attached to him all the time.
It's more when you do a mission with Lucas, he's called, isn't he, the other kid?
Yeah, and you get.
And
like,
sometimes he gets in trouble, and you've got to either save him or he dies, and then it's obviously like insta stop.
The third character is more of a pain in the arse, Duke, to answer your question, because
Gotcha.
you usually have a third character. So Lucas in this footage now, then you've got this bloke later on, and then at the moment I've got this woman who's sort of following us around. And yeah, they're the ones that get in your way. Actually, Hugo and Amicia, who you're playing
Or
as,
poopy pants, as they call them.
they tend to sort of like stick together. Sometimes he runs off, and you've got.
It does break the game a little bit as well, because quite often Lucas will be in a position where he could easily be seen by a guard, but he doesn't obviously see him. Because you only get seen if you get seen. If he's running across the middle of a open area,
they do get eaten by rats, though.
Yeah, he will get eaten by rats.
So you've got to be careful of that, and they do get burnt as well by fire. So you've got to watch a few things. What I mentioned last week was that this game takes a real dip in pace, like it really slows down. Right where you are, Stu, you go to a quarry.
Oh, I'm there now. Yeah, that's where I am.
Yes.
That's where I am in the quarry.
So you go to a quarry,
yeah.
And like kind of after that, like it really takes a dip of like fucking hell, this game's like proper slowed down. And then it picks up again, and like you go to this when you go to this island, you start to do things, and it starts to pick up again. It's good. It is a lot of the same stuff though as the first one. I think is its only debate. I mean, it looks better. There are a few more gadgets. You get a crossbow.
Yeah, I've got the
crossbow
game now. That makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference, especially when you upgrade. I've fully upgraded it now, and you can pick off crossbow arrows off dead bodies and stuff. So when you have a few crossbows, you are pretty unstoppable.
Yeah, so much quicker as well.
Yeah,
than the sling.
And once you get upgraded and stuff, you are a lot better. But it's kind of like more of the same. There isn't a lot that the other game doesn't do. I'm trying to think if there's anything that stands out. I think
the biggest thing that stands out, it just looks better. I mean, it's a hell of a it's a very pretty game.
Yeah.
It looks a lot better.
The crossbow is the main sort of feature of the game that wasn't there last time. I think the plot, where the plot is now for me, not where it is for you, Stu, but where it is for me. I'm in this big like tomb, let's just say, underground.
Right.
And it's really starting to lose me in terms of like what it's talking about. Like
you're not that bothered anymore.
Most of the game
Are you talking about the gameplay, or you're talking about the story?
The story. The most of the game is Hugo is ill and he keeps dreaming of an island. No one knows how to cure him. They just want to lock him away. Whereas you, as his sister, wants to try and find this island and see if there's a cure there. You go to it, and then I won't spoil the rest.
Yeah, you want to try and save him, basically.
Yeah, so when you get there, there's kind of like a little bit more involved of the story. I'm starting to kind of half get what's going on. So I think, it's a great game. It's a lot more of the first one, and the only real true gripe that I've got with it is that there are a few little tweaks and improvements. You've got this thing when you get overcome by rats, you got this like thing that you can swing and get them away, and you've got a crossbow. But apart from that, it's more of the same. That's like
It is
the main criticism.
It is more stealthy, more hiding in long grass.
Yeah,
trying to avoid guards, don't get seen. Because he
pretty much with this thing on the screen. You're flinging.
No, they're hitting pine cones.
This is the training for the swing.
This is how you use it.
Yeah,
I
got
you.
I'll move it ahead.
Fish like that, man.
By the way, this game is completely unforgiving if you get seen. It's just there is no way you're going to escape.
Well, you get one chance to kind of go away because they punch you on the first go, and then on the second
but once other guards are alerted, it's almost impossible to escape.
Yeah,
because there's like hundreds of them just appear from nowhere.
Yeah, I die a lot in this game. This on the screen now.
Don't get seen.
This on the screen now is probably the most interesting improvement to sequel to A Plague's Tale is that you can control the rats whenever you want, as long as you can see some, which is pretty good.
Yeah, you see, I haven't got to that stage yet. I'm not at the Hugo controlling rats again yet, so
Yeah,
that'll be cool when I get to that.
it is
Because
cool.
that's the best bit. It's a bit like having the thing in Half-Life 2, isn't it? The antlions.
Yeah, yeah.
Once you can control the antlions, it's
But
like
he does
oh,
he has a stress level though, Stu. You don't want to
yeah,
stress
so
him
you
out.
can only do it for so long,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
as a meter, yeah.
Which is fair enough. You
Fair
can't be
enough, I
unlimited,
guess.
otherwise there won't be any challenge, would there? I guess.
But like sometimes it's not as powerful as you think because light basically blocks it, so you've got to sort of extinguish.
Yeah, you can only do it in dark
things and-
places.
yeah.
Yeah. And I like that. It's got to be balanced. It can't be
Yeah.
easy peasy, lemon squeezy, can it?
No, it's a
Let's
great
be
game.
honest.
I really enjoy it. It's just a very, very similar to the first one, so it's not really
Yeah.
setting the world on fire in terms of like a sequel would. It's not like the transition from Portal 1 to Portal 2 or Half-Life 2 to Half-Life
Yeah.
1 or GTA like 5 from GTA 4. It's like it's not or Red Dead 2 to, I keep saying games.
It's a Red Dead 1, though.
No, I think the best example,
yeah.
a best example is like Dead Space 1 and 2. I remember 1 coming out and everybody was like, "Oh my god, it's brilliant." 2 came out and it was just bonkers. Right, how great
Yeah, it was.
that was. It was such a.
Do you
good
know,
improvement.
even playing that not very long ago, it still stands up so well. It still
Yeah.
looks amazing,
Well, let's
considering
not
how
get
old it is.
distracted, Stu. What I'm
Sorry,
saying
sorry.
is the jump from those Dead Space games is nowhere near like what you experience here. This sort of feels like they just kept on going. You know what I mean? They just didn't.
Yeah, like, are
yeah.
you saying this is a Plague Tale 1.5? Is that what you're
Or
saying?
like it could be like just DLC. Do you know what I mean? Like it just
Yeah,
feels
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like a massive DLC.
Although it'd
but
be a massive DLC, it's 15
Yeah.
hours long. That's a huge DLC.
it's
can I
very
just
rare
say.
that a sequel doesn't add quite a lot to change up the game, whereas it just feels
Yeah.
like they played it really,
mean,
really safe.
I suppose I'd like to know what the listeners think, both in the chat or you want to send us an email or SpeakPipe. When a sequel comes out to a game you love, do you just want more of the same, which is kind of what I'm looking for, or do you want the stuff added in?
I think
the way that Chinny's.
I think it's a
interested in?
balance.
Yeah.
I think it's a balance because I think people might say, "Oh, I just want more of the same," but actually, in reality, that's quite dull. Like when you do want to.
It is funny because, right, you played Mafia 3 and you didn't like it because of a lot of the stuff they'd done, compared to Mafia
just because
2.
they change it doesn't mean they change it in the right way. They've still got
Exactly.
to change it the right way, but whatever.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yes, so Plague Tale Requiem, very good. More of the same. We'll finish it definitely. Stu will get bored and not finish it.
No, I will finish it. Don't worry, I
We'll
will get there.
see.
I will get there.
That's that game. Moving on.
Dude, shall we
Hold
talk
on.
about the joint game that we played in
I think we
Cheese?
should talk about the joint game. And I mean, let's
Let's
be honest,
do
this
that.
is Play My Game, right? This is the.
Play the game, bitches.
Yeah, bitch! Yeah, bitch!
Play my game, bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
Yeah, bitch!
It's a long ass theme, isn't it?
It is. Oh, it should be bitches because we're all supposed to play it apart from Ginny, 'cause he just doesn't
Warhammer
bother.
Vermintide 2.
Now,
So, did you ever play Vermintide 1, Stu?
no, I didn't know what this game was going to be. I thought this was a story-driven first-person game. It is not that at
No.
all.
It is not. It is. I mean, the first one was they looked at Left 4 Dead and said, "Yeah, let's do that, but with orcs and elves and wizards and shit."
And this one,
I mean,
we looked
it's-
at Left 4 Dead 2 and then said, let's do that with Orcs and Elves and Wizards.
Well,
and
I think they had a good response with Vermintide 1.
It's
and then
brilliant.
They said, okay,
Look, right, I'm
let's
just going to
keep
say it now. I loved it. Can I just
Yes,
say that?
They said, let's just keep expanding it. Now, there's things about this that I loved, but as soon as you start playing it, you can tell there's so much to unlock, and so much
yeah,
of it
there's
is
a lot
based
to
on
it.
like DLC and cosmetic stuff and this, and they're throwing. Anytime a game throws like 10 things at you, the second you log in, you know that they're after your money and they're trying to hook you with all
Of
this
course
stuff
they
to
are.
keep track of. So, I mean, that's fine as far as it goes, but then it makes the game a huge investment. The thing I liked about the first one was you jump in here, pick a character, and then you go, and that's it. And I know that that means that it would only have a certain amount of staying power, but I like the simplicity of that first experience because it was just like, boom, here we go. And, eventually you can get maybe some different boosts or whatever. There's so much to keep track of in this game in terms of like customizing your character and like whatever.
There is. I
that
didn't mind that
complete
too much. I wasn't
aside,
bothered. I was just hitting
it's
shit
fine.
and chopping heads
Right.
off. It's
Yeah,
very
and
satisfying.
I mean, that's the thing is right. The gameplay it works really well. Basically, it's like Skyrim Horde mode. So it's first person, and you have which character did you use, Stuart?
I used the fire character. I don't know what she was called, but the one who shot fire
She's got
and
like
stuff.
fire
and that was
hair.
yeah, and the special movies, you press LB and she just like does this trail of fire through all the enemies. It's brilliant.
And
I love
it's
it.
cool because it drops you into this. You're in this cage or something. You're being dragged around in this enemy base or whatever it is. You see some gate that you're presumably at the end gonna have to close. And then they drop you down into this pit, and it's like escape. That's your quest, for the moment. It's like escape. And so you pick up this big hammer, and then you pick up the arrows, and they basically walk you through what each of the characters can do. And
I like the specials, by the way.
rescue other characters. Yeah. Just like in Left 4 Dead, they have specials, and one of them is a choker. It's like exactly like Left 4 Dead. So
yeah,
it's
one
kinda
fires a
stummies.
fire as like a flame.
It's exactly
thrower.
like Stummies.
And the twist is?
It's a much bigger pill.
One fires like gas bombs.
And it's funny because it's green around where it fires them, and if you stand in it, one of the other players, they do a really good job with the banter between the characters. So if you stand you get hurt by the gas bomb, he goes, "Can you not understand the significance of the color green?" So it's
I actually think this is the closest fun I've had in a game like this since. This is so much better than Back 4 Blood. I was
I didn't have a problem with Back 4 Blood, but yeah, I mean, I think this does it.
I just didn't think it was
very
fun.
well.
This is really fun.
Fine. But did you? I mean, I don't know. I was playing with 3 randos, and it was okay. It just the reason we have such beautiful memories of Left 4 Dead is because we played it with each other.
Yeah. I just played with bots, by the way. I didn't even play with people because I couldn't be asked.
I mean, I might have been playing with bots for all I know.
No, you have to set up a private match and then don't invite anyone. And it just plays with bots.
I think I hosted a game, but I didn't do it as private. So
yeah, I did as private and then just play with bots, and that was fine because it was a lot of fun still. And the AI is pretty fucking good. Does its job.
Yeah.
The AI keeps out of trouble and it kills enemies. It's perfect.
As in Left 4 Dead, you can go down and then your enemy has to, your allies have to revive you. You don't want to get separated because that's how they pick you off. There's parts where you're like, activate this and then like survive the horde or whatever it is. There's healing potions.
I do think,
health kits.
I know you didn't download it, but I think you should download this and us 3 should play it together.
That might be fun, but I
think
how
it'd be
much
fun.
Ginny hates orcs and elves and wizards and shit. I
don't think that
matters too much.
It'll lopping heads off and stuff. You don't care about that.
I mean,
I think we should do that.
Once grades are posted, I might be up for that.
Yeah, we should have a game night and play it together and get someone else in.
It's 4
people.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, if we could find another
4-player co-op
with a bot.
Yeah. So I did it with a bot. It's very good with the bots, by the way. I was quite impressed with the bots. But I just love the aesthetics of it. I think it looks great. I love the
aesthetics
setting.
are amazing. The graphics are beautiful.
The graphics
are very
brilliant.
tight.
Like the blood that squirts out of the necks when you chop their heads off. You can just chop like arms off and stuff. It's great. It's like total dismemberment.
The person with the arrows, like you're Legolas. A lot of times in these games, using bow and arrow is a pain in the neck because you have to draw it back and aim. This one is like boom, 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 and it's very nice because it means that you're not underpowered if you're using arrows. Whereas in a lot of games, it's you have range, but it's going to be a pain in the neck to do it.
Yeah. And the character I played as, she has like a staff that shoots burning arrows, if you will.
Yeah.
So mine's like a ranged attack with burning arrow. It's just so clever how they've done everything. And I would imagine most characters feel fun to play with, whichever one you pick.
Yeah, it depends on your play style, I think. I didn't like using that big hammer during the first mission, so I was like, I want the little elf, whatever it is, the ranger.
Yeah, with the daggers.
But like when you're riding up a little, you're in a cart or whatever, you're riding up to the next level. It's there's banter between the characters and it's kind of fun to listen
really
to. Now,
well done,
that's
well
the
acted.
first time through. I'm sure if you did it 6 times, you'd get sick of that banter.
No, I think they've probably done quite a bit of variation, I'd like to think, but we'll see.
Maybe.
I will definitely want to play more of this, but with other people rather than just people I know, though, not just randos.
I mean, that's the thing. These games definitely are so much more fun with people you know. So.
Yeah, definitely. But it was like Well, when the first like horde of enemies came, there's loads of them. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
this feels like Left 4 Dead. What the hell's going on here? Like, because
Well,
I
it's
obviously
'cause
didn't
it is
understand
Left
what the
4 Dead,
game was.
except with
I'm like,
personnel
this game's
deletion.
Left 4 Dead. And the more I
Yes.
played it, the more it sort of became apparent.
Yes.
But very
You are
impressed. I liked it
Columbo.
a lot. Yeah, I am not really.
One more
I
thing.
liked it a lot. I really like this game.
Yep.
I can, it's free. If it's still free, I'm assuming till next week. Just put it
Yeah,
on your
you know,
list
it's
and
funny.
you can play some.
I don't know why they don't do a Rocket League and just go free for everybody. That just seems to make sense because they've got the game out. I mean, they're not getting. I can't imagine they're getting a lot of people buying it, but maybe they are. But it seems like the cosmetic stuff, the DLC, like that's where the money is now. So it seems like if they were smart, they would make it free forever and then just.
Oh, this game, yeah,
post
like
on
Rocket. I thought you said Rocket League and I'm like, that's already free. What are you going on about?
Right. No, but I mean, at a
Yeah,
certain
made
point,
this
they
game free
realized-
forever. Yeah, just make
Yeah,
it
right.
free to play.
Yeah.
Because as soon as
I-
I
yeah.
went to the table, there's a dude with a shop, and I'm like, oh, well, I'm guessing I
Yeah.
have to get
Right.
upgrade points for this. And when I clicked on it, it was all cash.
Oh yeah.
Like £2.50 for this.
Well, there's
£2.50
other
for
stuff.
this.
I mean, there's the different kinds of currency because that's the thing is at some point they're throwing in another currency and then it becomes like, oh god,
Just a bloodbath,
more
though,
stuff to
man.
keep
It's
track
so
of.
good. So good.
Yes.
Chinny, I think you'd like this, Chinny.
Very aesthetically
Download
pleasing.
it.
I agree.
We will chop up some rats because that's what it's all about. Chop the rats up.
Yeah.
The first mission is chopping up rats. Yes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of rats
There's a
in the further
theme.
missions, to be fair.
Well, I
Rats.
Vermin
It's
tide,
the
I
year
think
of the rat.
vermin-
It's the year
Yeah, I
of
think
the rat.
vermin is the
Yes.
clue here. Vermin.
Yes, but there are
Uh,
other kinds of monsters as well.
Yeah, there are. There's all sorts of stuff going on, like zombie type ones. There's everything. It's
Right.
good variety.
It is a good variety. I agree.
It is a good variety. Right. Ginny, anything else from you? I guess.
I have been obsessed with a game this week.
Marvel
What's
Snap,
that?
no doubt.
Marvel Snap.
Oh, God, it's all I ever see on the internet now.
Aw,
Everyone's
snap.
losing the shit over this game.
Oh my god, this game. I'll just have one more game. I'll just have one more game. I'll just have one more game. One more game. One more game. One more game.
They've
one
got
more
you,
game.
man. They've got you.
Marvel Snap is a card battling game, and I hate myself for loving it, but I love it. And I think what's happened this week is I've really started to learn the game. Do you know what I mean? And I'll tell you why I love it. It's,
Go on.
you know, in poker when you're trying to work it, poker is less about the game and more about what they're going to do.
Oh yeah.
Right. It's more about like
Yeah.
intimidating them or
Mhm.
distracting them from a thing.
Well, or calling their bluff when you can tell they're bluffing. Or
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of that in this,
yeah.
right? Because
Well, even though you're not playing a real person.
you are playing a real person.
Oh, I thought you weren't playing a real person.
You're playing real people.
I
Yeah.
thought this was just
You're
right,
playing real
okay.
people.
You
For
just
the
can't
first-
play friends. You
can't play friends,
people.
no. But you're playing real people. And there are little comments things that you can do, but no one uses them. Yes. So you think there's not a lot of communication between you and the other player, right? However, now that I've started to learn how the game works, for example, Stu, there's a
Yes.
card. It's Nighthawk, the character Nighthawk.
I do. I am aware
if
of
you play
Nighthawk.
Nighthawk, there's three alleyways basically. There's 3 locations. There's 3 places you can put your cards, right? And whoever wins 2 out of 3 of those, who has the most power in those 2 out of 3 locations wins, right?
Right.
So if I put my card, so there's 3 areas I can place my cards, right? If I play, not Nightwing, it's bloody Hawkeye. I don't know the name.
Hawkeye, he's a bow and arrow man.
Nightwing's the fucking DC guy, isn't he? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't
I
really
don't know.
No,
know.
there's a
I don't know.
Nightwing in the X-Men, I think.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's a DC.
No,
it's
no,
a
no.
DC
Yeah, you're
guy.
right. He's a Batman. Dude.
Yeah, I know there's people shouting at me. I don't really.
I was thinking
look,
of Nightcrawler.
I'm not a
Well,
massive.
there is
like-
Nightcrawler.
okay,
isn't there?
okay.
Marvel.
I'm not a
No, it's
massive Marvel
similar.
fan. Don't hate me. But when you play, what's his name? Hawkeye, right?
Nightwing.
Hawkeye. Bow and arrow
Hawkeye.
man.
It's on the screen
Yes.
now. A little green box appears around the location, right? And what
Uh-huh.
that means is on the next turn, if you play a card in the same location after you've played a Hawkeye card, it increases Hawkeye's power, right? So There's little things.
Okay.
So for example, if they play a Hawkeye card, I know it's more likely that I know where their next card's going to go.
Yeah. You can you start to read ahead a few moves.
So that's good for me. What's the name? I don't know what is it Starkiller? The guy from
Guardians of the Galaxy.
So if you play him in a location, and if they play a card in the same location, it increases his power by 3. Right? So if somebody plays a Hawkeye, and then I play a random card, the next turn I'll play a Starkiller where their Hawkeye is, because I know they're going to play a card there.
Yeah,
but sometimes they are psychic. They might
intentions.
You might like play it and not actually do it. So you've got all these things going on. And then you can like there's a character called Bishop. I've never heard of this character before, but Bishop, basically every time you play a card, he increases his power, so he starts off at 1. So you could have a load of shit cards. Sometimes you get rocks in your deck that are like forced in your deck, like they're dud cards, like they're crap.
Up,
to fill it up. But these are actually pretty good if you've got Bishop, because you're playing more. The more cards you play, the better. But then the more cards you play, the more room you're taking up. But then you can play a character. I think it's Carnage, who eats other cards in your location. So you could play like 4 rocks, get Bishop's power up, then play or 3 rocks, and then play Carnage. He'll eat the other rocks, and then you've got all you So there's like all this strategy, and like sometimes you'll just get like a mad rolling effect of like you've doubled this character and you've increased him by this, and then that's increased that, and it's just brilliant. And you have a true rank skill, Duke, like very like Rocket League. You've got like a bronze, silver sort of thing. So that's like going up, and what you can do during the game is there's a cube at the top, and that's like you can tap it and it'll go snap, and you can double it every time the turns go. So you basically you're betting more chips is what you're doing. You're going like, I think I'm going to win this, so I'm going to snap. Sometimes they snap, so you both have to do a sort of handshake on the snap. You both have to agree to snap for it to happen. So if they snap, that's them saying, I think I'm going to win it. So I always like snap immediately, like, fuck you, I'm going to win it.
No, you're not.
And on the last turn, you can retreat. So before it doubles again for the last turn, you can sort of pull back if you actually think you won't win it. So there's a lot of times where people retreat, where actually I was on my back foot. Like, I didn't have a great last card, but they retreated because they just pussied out. And I absolutely love Marvel Snap. It's the perfect phone game. I've been playing it all week. Star-Lord. Sorry, Darren. It's not Star-Killer.
What did you say?
Star-Killer. Star-Killer. Star-Lord.
I don't know Marvel. I don't. Read with you
I've watched them all, okay? I don't really care much about them. They're fine. They're fun films. And in fact,
with all of them, let's be honest.
In fact, I was like, I want to watch Guardians of the Galaxy again. That one's a good one. Yeah, so I've only watched them all once, and it was a while ago now.
Yeah, it's a decent film. They're decent films.
But like you can, and obviously you can upgrade all your cars, like I said last week, and you can get 3D and animated. I love the guy who announces it, because he announces it and he goes animated, and it's like fucking yeah, and it's so good, it's so addictive.
Wow, you are really into this game, aren't you?
I fucking love it so much. Jesus. And I've even hovered over the season pass thing and gone,
wow.
Oh, £8 and I can get Miles Morales cards and all this sort of stuff. So
look at yourself, man. You're hanging out with nerds.
Yeah,
you are a nerd.
But then I think, £8 on a game that I've already spent like probably hours on.
If you're enjoying it, like whatever.
I don't know. It's like completely free.
It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
How much did Stu just pay for God of War?
£50.
Yeah.
See, there you go. If you get as much joy out of that, or if you get 50 divided by 8, that's what, a third, quarter, less.
Yeah, James Alderman says like, as any microtransaction, it's all just aesthetic. It's all just to upgrade your cards, so
make them look fancy.
It does it so you can. The first one is frame break, so like the looks like the cards coming out of the frame of the card. Looks like the characters coming out of the frame of the card. And then it's 3D, then it's animated, then it's holographic, and then after that, I have no idea. And there's like levels after that I've not even been privy to yet, but like you can break cards into other cards, and I don't know. and most cards have an alternative version of it, like a pixel version of it or like a cartoon version of it. So the game doesn't really do a great job in terms of organising those cards, but yeah, it's and sometimes you think, I'm playing the game, I'm like, God, I'm going to lose this one, I'm going to lose this one, and you absolutely like win by the skin of your teeth, and it's just the best feeling. Honestly, this is a contender for the best game I've played this year. I absolutely love it.
Crazy, man. See, this is so interesting. 2 years ago, if you had said Shinny's going to fall in love with card games, you'd be like, no.
Absolutely.
But he is. Monster Train,
but
Marvel Snap.
Yeah, it came at the right time for me because I was playing Monster Train a little bit on the Xbox. I don't think I talked about it on the show. Maybe I did, but
you've talked about Monster Train.
Yeah, but recently, and I was sort of like,
no.
Yeah, I was having the itch for it, and
so can I ask you a question, Mr. Mike Chin?
Yes.
Obviously, you have got a PS5.
Yes.
Are you going to be buying God of War Ragnarok in 5 days' time or whatever it is, 3 days' time?
Yes.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I was a bit worried for a minute there that you're probably not going to bother. You'd be
that's
too
why
busy
I'm
playing Marvel Snap.
That's why I'm
not
playing.
Gonna play it for a month, but you know.
Yeah.
No, that's why I'm playing through Plague's Tale.
Yeah,
I'm
trying
like,
to get
right,
Plague's Tale finished.
Get that done, and then I'll be ready for God of War because I do want to play that. So.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good, people.
So Marvel Snap has totally got me. I absolutely love it. They updated it the other day to kind of make some of the animations quicker. So when you upgrade the cards, like you can't skip them, but now you can skip them, and I absolutely love the game. I just want to play it all the time. I love it
all
so
the time.
Much. I play it when I'm taking a shit. I'm playing. I'm like, how many games can I do while I'm brushing my teeth? My teeth have never been so white because I just brush it when I'm brushing my teeth. I play. You're muted, by the way, dude. And then.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. And yeah, I'm just like, what? Right, I'll wake up. I can only have 2 games because you think like one game lasts about like 4 or 5 minutes. So you just have one more, and then just one more, and one more, and then when you have like 3 games, you've done some of these like sort of daily missions or weekly missions. So you've done a bunch of those, and then you unlock stuff. So then you upgrade some of your cards, and that upgrades some more missions. And you go, oh great, I've got this new card. I'll just play one more game with this card, this new character. And it just keeps going. It's absolutely got its hooks in me.
It has. It is.
So
totally
here's the question
got,
then: have you, when you were taking a shit, are you playing this game? Have you been delayed so much that your legs fell asleep?
Yeah, I'm the kind of an in and out kind of guy with the toilet, but no, I've definitely sat there longer than I need to. I don't think about my legs falling asleep, but yeah, I've sort of like, right, I'll have one more game, and then bam, love it. It's just there on my phone all day. Do you know what I mean? It's just addictive, and I'm just, oh god, I love it so much. It's so good. And I remember people talking about it on podcasts, and I was like, it's Marvel Snap. I was like, okay, I don't know what compelled me to try it, to be honest, because maybe because it was a card.
You do like card games, though.
Yeah, because I was playing Monster Train, and it was like a card game. I was like, well, I know Marvel characters. I don't like know them that well, but I like them, and they're fun, and I like card games, so I'll give it a go. And it's meant to be really simple, really addictive. I was like, yeah, it is. It's all those things. Brilliant, Marvel Snap. Honestly, I don't even care if people play it because I can't play it and it affects me in no way. But if you sort of like the things I like and like the sound of that, then
well,
give it a go.
Can you imagine they're working on a way for you to play with your friends? Because that would take it to the next level, wouldn't
it?
Yeah,
I think they are. I think they are. Yeah, I think they are.
It just seems weird that's not a thing.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, I think
Get
because
the main
the
thing out, and then
the next
we're working on it. Keep playing.
The next level really is the only thing really is like you want to show off your cards. You want to show off your decks. And all
to your friends. You say, look at my fucking holographic deck here, people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's
a bit weird.
Okay,
Duke, what else have you been playing?
So speaking of playing orcs and elves and wizards and shit with other people, I joined a group, a guild, in fact, called Comfy Dragon's Den. And they had a gathering. It was like, hey, let's do Guild Wars 2, social type stuff. And I was like, okay, cool. And so I joined up. And they were like, yeah, just come to where we are. And I was like, I can't get there. And they were like, just use the teleport to friends key that you have? And I'm like, I don't have that. And like, yeah, you do. It's somewhere. Maybe it's in your bank. I was like, no, I don't. So I went looking, and it turns out I didn't have it. I don't know how I was supposed to get it, but I don't have no teleport to. So they had to come get me. One of them did, and she has this big floating turtle, and she's like, "Get in the turtle." And I'm like, "Okay." And so she goes floating back to where they are, and then I couldn't go through because I didn't have. It was all this stuff, and I was just like, "Ugh." And then, it took like 15 minutes, legit, to get to where they are on the map, and I was just like, "This is crazy. I don't understand why it's so complicated, but whatever." I finally joined them, and then like the experience was, okay, go this way, and then go, okay, portal's gonna open in 3, 2, 1, and then come over here and get the, and like I'm killing monsters and like getting loot, but it was like, I don't know, there were so many things. It was a frustrating carnival of randomness and confusion because of the things I didn't have, and the all this stuff that's showing up in my inventory, and there's a lot of terminology that people develop if they play these games a lot. I'm AoE and I'll be doing this and I'll be doing that, and who's get ready for this, you have that, and I'm like, I have a sword, like I'm ready to kill some monsters with my sword. So
you kids need to play Marvel Snap. That's what
you do. That's where it's at, people.
Or Vermintide too. Like that's the thing, is that like it's ostensibly it's more fun with other people, but if you don't know them and you're not really aware of what they're doing, because that was the other thing. I didn't even know like what the ostensible, the Vermintide is like, survive and open the gate and then get to the church, or whatever. Like it's very straightforward. This game, it's like protect the Dufex as it regenerates the Comblem, and I'm just like, what? Like I don't even know what's going on. Any of these characters are. So it's like the red things are the things you kill. So I was like, all right, I'll kill the red things, but it didn't have a different experience than it would if I was just killing red things on my own. You know what I mean? Like I always hope that I'll find that group, because you see people talking online all the time about like, I had this guild and we did raids and it was, I got to know people so well. And every time I play with people, it's like, come over here and do this and we'll go over here and then the portal opens in 3, 2, 1. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, okay, like there's no chatter. There's no talking about,
strategies,
stuff, life. Not even strategies, because I guess they were doing a little bit of strategies, but just like the best gaming sessions are the ones you end up talking about your lives and like who you are and like, other stuff besides just the game. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of fun, but the amount of work involved was so onerous.
People take these games like too seriously to some extent.
Well, it's not even that. I mean, that wasn't the problem in this case. That's true in many cases, but that wasn't the problem in this case. The problem was the game in some ways, I think, rewards people diving in so deeply so that what all the different currencies are and all the different doodads you end up with. And there's a Halloween event and there's all these different bags of goodies that you're getting, and then you open them and it's an unidentified piece of gear, and then it's this and that and the other. And then we reached a point in the group event where it was like, okay, now glide off of here and land on the pink thing. And I'm like, oh, I don't have my glider yet. All right, we'll see you next time. And I'm like, I guess I'm done. Have fun, guys.
Yeah,
so
because
whatever. That's not on them.
No,
but
it's
that's
not
the
their
thing,
fault.
is that like, well, right, exactly. So I was like, okay, so let me go get my glider. And so I was on my own the next day. And so I'm like, okay, I'll go get the glider. You have to do certain parts of the story in order to get your glider. And I've gotten to that point, and it's like, okay, it's like you level up your glider mastery. And I'm like, well, how do I do that? So the fact that it's, not
oh my gosh, you don't know how to level your glider mastery?
Apparently not. I just wish it was a little more user-friendly in that regard. So whatever. It is what it is. But I will say this for Guild Wars 2. The story missions are not afraid to kill off protagonists that you've traveled with and fought beside for a while. And it doesn't always happen. The Walking Dead Telltale games, that anybody you are working and playing with and fighting alongside, they could die at any second. So not to get too attached, right? In the Guild Wars games, or the Guild Wars 2 at least, in the DLC, it's not obvious that it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Most of the people keep living. But once in a while, they'll just be like, oh my God, I think he just died. And it's, oh, let's go tell his wife, and you have to go tell his wife. And she starts cursing you out. Like, you should have protected him. It's like, damn, like this got serious quick. And I think that makes the story more engaging.
And you have to go to the funeral and select the buffet.
You kind of
Yeah.
do. So it's interesting. I think they get it right in terms of that storytelling thing. But here's what I was thinking about, because I was commiserating with someone on Reddit about, they wanted an open world RPG like with character customization, and I pointed out there really aren't very many, because anybody who has the idea to make one of those is going to make an MMO. That's where the money is
Yeah.
these days.
Cash.
And the shame of it is, if you have people playing a role-playing game, a single-player role-playing game, even if it's open world and there's lots of character customization, generally speaking, the weapons are going to go like wood, copper, tin, iron, steel, diamond. There's a pretty much a straight line, right, of like how you get better weapons.
There's a thread.
Right. If you have an MMO and it's not just a huge open world to explore, but a lot of people fighting against each other, guild versus guild, world versus world, whatever, fractals, all these different things, and people constantly wanting to make their character look a little different than the next person's character. Now, you don't have that straight line anymore. You have like 20 lines going in all these different directions, and it becomes like, okay, you can have this flaming sword, which does +3 damage per second, but it takes 2 off your agility, or you can have this other ice sword that slows your enemies down and also adds 1 to your healing matrix, and it just becomes so complicated because people aren't going to be satisfied with that straight line. Yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. I like the fact that there are MMOs that, especially Guild Wars 2, which has this big open world, lots to do, but it becomes so complicated. I'm just so exhausted by it. I'm like, I just want to kill monsters. So.
Yeah, Vermintide 2. I could recommend that for killing monsters, by the way.
But there is when I finished a mission, though, I mean, tell me if you didn't have this experience as well. It's like, you got this chest, you got this crate, you got this thing,
I thought it was quite satisfying, to be honest. It's like, you've got a new dagger, you've got a new stuff. Like,
yeah, but it's also like,
Hey,
I wonder what this does.
if you want satisfying, you should play Marvel Snap, because that shit's fun.
Yeah, that'll
it's almost like y'all are like
satisfying
proselytizing
your
for
brain.
your different games. That's the problem. I'm not proselytizing for a game. Rocket League, see, I know what to do in Rocket League. Hey, you got this new thing for your Honda Civic. Just never look at it again. And that's what I'm doing with Guild Wars 2. It's just, what you should do, Duke, is just ignore all the stuff they're constantly throwing at you. Well, I'm trying, but there's so much stuff. I'm just like,
Keeps giving
so
you
whatever.
the
Guild
stuff,
Wars
man.
2 is a lot of fun. It's a really good game. It's just that I'm not the right person to play it, I think.
You're not the right person, Duke. You're just
I'll
not.
keep playing it because
It's especially hard when you come to a game like this after the fact as well, like when you've
and they keep
established
putting out
itself.
DLC and I think people who are into it, like, they probably played it for 2 years.
Yeah,
at the
so
base
they don't
game,
see it.
and then they played it another year when the first DLC came out. They played it another year when the next DLC came out. So someone like me, I'm just like, huh? I don't have a glider. Well, then you suck. Get out.
Thanks for coming, asshole.
Yup.
Yes,
So that's Guild Wars
indeed.
2. Thanks for having me. Comfy Dragon's Den. I might play with y'all again some other time, but
Maybe.
I think
Maybe.
the best times I've had on Guild Wars 2 are when I'm playing with like 1 or 2 other people, and it's just like bouncing around the map, completing stuff, getting the vistas cleared. Like, it's just having more fun, a smaller group. And that tends to be my experience with a lot of things. The bigger the group, the less personal and fun it feels. So maybe that's my problem. I was playing with it.
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Playing with a bunch of pricks.
Wow.
No, they were very nice.
Yeah, they were a bunch of pricks. Well, I'm going to talk about the Entropy Center because I bought it because I liked this
Ooh,
demo.
It came out.
And
Did
it
you
came
know
out
that it
this
had come
week.
out before I told you? Or
I
you
did.
see
I'd
what
already
I
bought
said?
it at that point. I
That's
already had it.
fine. Just curious.
Yes, I'd already bought it. It was a whole £21, which I thought was a reasonable
God.
price. I thought
Yeah,
20
well,
quid
it
was
depends on how much
reasonable.
game you get.
Yeah.
60 levels apparently there are. So I've been led to believe 60 different individual puzzles, which is a fucking lot of puzzles.
It's a lot of puzzles.
Yeah, I've got up. I don't know whether because I didn't finish the demo. Funnily enough.
Did you have to start over?
Yes. Well, I was the same as you. I don't know whether you think about this. I was like, oh, it'd be nice if I just start where I finished. But what I didn't realize is when you play the full game, it is a lot different. What they did was condense all those levels down, so they were almost next to each other. Well, in the game, they're not.
They're
So
not.
There's in-between areas you have to traverse to get to the different levels that we
Aha.
played in the demo.
They fucking done a number on you.
They are,
they
and
did.
it also makes it kind of
You
interesting.
tricked us.
It gets it kind of interesting because there's a lot more story, and there was a man announcer, and I can't remember whether that was in the demo.
Yes.
There's a man announcer, and he
well,
was
no, I
really
think it's-
polished.
No, it's just a gun.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I think there
no.
is a man announcing.
I
in
don't
the
remember
demo.
this voice, and he's a little bit like Cave Johnson, that kind of person. You know, saying there's such a thing is happening today in the entropy
Yeah,
center.
I seem to recall that in the demo.
But he's cool.
could be
So,
wrong. I
but
don't-
he
whatever.
says a lot of stuff that I don't remember from the demo. And also there's stuff on the run. So when you like in the opening sections, when stuff's collapsing around you, you've got to use the gun to put stuff back together as you're running over it.
Yeah.
So it does all this other stuff that obviously it wasn't in the demo, which I was kind of impressed with. As for the game itself, it's cool. In the demo, does he get to a point where you have bouncing platforms?
God, you're obsessed with the demo.
No, I don't know because I never finished it, did I? So I don't know whether it
What did you
introduced
say?
those.
Bouncing
bouncing.
platforms.
Yes.
bouncing, yes.
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 They are mind bending. I've got to a level, but what this game does, which reminded me a lot of Portal and Portal 2.
Well, it had a demo, didn't it?
It did. But
There
what
was?
reminded me a lot of Portal and Portal 2 is those Eureka moments. Because there was a level I was on, I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get this up there and do this with that? And then bounce on it at the same time. I don't know what I'm doing. And then when you suddenly realize what you've got to do, you're like, I know what I've got to do. And then you've got to execute it, which is just like Portal. You know, sometimes in Portal, you knew what you had to do, but then that was
Yes.
it. Then the part of the fun
That's
was
only half the
figuring out-
battle.
figuring out how to
Yeah.
achieve it. You knew what you had to do, but then
Yeah.
doing it and timing everything perfectly to accomplish what you needed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
this
you
game
can't
does
like
that.
this game on the basis that it just reminds you of a better game.
I think it does. I think it. Yeah, no, but I do think it. Yeah, well, I'm guessing it's the same part of the brain that works these types of puzzles out, but it's different enough.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to think about what you're doing to turn back time to get it to do what you need it to do.
Remember.
And obviously, in
Was that
Portal,
a
it
Cher
was,
impression?
you know,
Shane?
it was beautiful. It uses a lot of the same sort of physics stuff that Portal did, but I think it's individual enough to distinguish itself, even though that you can see there's a lot of similarities. I liked it. I like the voice acting. I like the story so far.
You're
It's
allowed
fun.
to like it, Stu.
I know, but you know when.
But
you
here's the
compare it to
question, though.
one of
Should
the
people
greatest
just play
puzzle
it?
games. I think people should just play it. Just play it.
Fuck it. hell.
It's good enough to say, give it a just play it moniker of Stu.
The badge.
It's, I don't know. I think for 20 quid, 60 puzzles, bit of story, decent
60
voice acting.
puzzles, 20
I
quid.
think you're getting a lot
Can't
for your
fucking
fucking
say
money.
no,
You know
right.
what I'm
You
fucking
can't
saying?
argue, mate.
Albatross.
You're doing all fucking right for your cash.
It's worth the cash, mate. You're
Value
fucking robbing. You're
for
basically
money.
taking it off me.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is like better value than that fucking God of War, because that's like nearly 60 quid.
Gotta walk, Kratos. All that shouting.
20
You don't
quid,
want that
20
down your
quid.
ear. You want a bit of time travel, my son.
Exactly. Yeah, what are
Um,
you saying, Duke?
I give it a little wiggity wig.
There you go.
Come back
Perfect.
to mine. Should go
But
with
yes,
the bold.
it's way better fun than I thought it was going to be.
Well, all right. I'm glad you
It
Way
is- I
better
think there is-
fun than he thought
I
it was
think
going
I
to
think
be.
there is quite a difficulty curve though. I think Portal sort of eased you in a little bit more, whereas I think this is by about this a 7th or 8th puzzle, I was scratching my head for a little bit.
Ugh.
Whereas I didn't really feel like that with Portal.
Yeah.
He
Well,
didn't
I think
know.
for me, it's the question of elegant puzzles, and I mean, I'd have to know if I had to play the whole thing to know. But
Yeah, I think they are. I'm impressed enough to confidently say I think they are elegant.
Well, I think they're
Just
shit.
clever.
I mean, they were on the demo.
Yeah, and this
Yeah.
this is no different. It's just more.
Did you
of
know there was a
them
demo, Chinny?
Yeah,
I,
did you know
I
it was a
was
demo?
aware of it, yeah.
Are you aware there was a demo?
And some things are different in the demo than they are in the.
They
in
are
the game,
definitely different. Different
Yes,
people.
which is allowed. You are allowed to do.
It's
that.
allowed to be different. It's allowed to be different.
Yes.
So, but I'm at the puzzle before the main deck, so I'm about to get to the main deck.
Uh-huh.
So there you go. So I'm gonna find out what shit's going down.
Yeah.
With the Earth and stuff.
Grand.
Grand.
Great.
Totally fucking grand.
Yeah. Well done.
Absolutely bloody
I know.
brilliant.
I know. It's quite impressive.
Yeah.
It's quite
All
impressive.
right, Chinny, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, well then I will talk about playing Grounded with Greg DeLacy because I don't remember what I saw. Oh yeah, I was just looking around on the Discords and I saw them in the overseas. It was him and Womble. And I was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And he was like, "Yeah, just doing Extra Life." And I was like, "Oh snap!"
Oh, really?
So I went and donated. You're welcome, children in the hospital. And I was like, "Oh, Grounded! I remember this. Y'all remember playing Grounded? It's the
We did.
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
crafting survival game."
We played a little bit.
So I was like, okay, cool, I'll try it again because it's been a year or two since we played it, and I was like, all right, let's see how it's improved. And I forgot how impressive the graphics are in that game. It's like
Well,
really
it's fully
pretty.
out now, isn't it? It's
It is
out.
fully out now. Yeah, it's 1.0. And I was like, because I think I guess I had played it on the Xbox Game Pass back in the day. So I was like, oh, I have Game Pass again. I can play this. How about that? So it was remarkable how much headache it was to get into the game. It's still in 2022. It should not be hard at this point. I mean, right? Doesn't it seem like that's something that should have been solved by now?
Yeah.
In what
that
respect?
should-
There's got to be a challenge, hasn't there?
No, it doesn't. Why does it have to be a challenge? I mean, maybe. I don't know the details about the programming side of it, but it just felt so cumbersome. Because even when he had me on his friends list, that was the first step. Was like he had the old account, and then I had a new one with 2 A's, Duke Scaff. But even then, it was like I don't know how to invite him, and it just seemed much more difficult than it needed to be.
Well, I
there
thought
are
you
some
meant the
games-
game was more difficult.
No.
not
I
actually
don't mean the
getting
game.
into
I'm
it.
talking about getting into his game.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah, the game has to have a challenge. No, I'm talking about like the difficulty of getting.
Yeah.
into
Just
your
getting
friend's game.
like playing together.
Yeah, and there are some games that are like click, invite, done. I think Steam has an easier time of that than Xbox, to be fair, but whatever. Anyway, it just struck me about how difficult it was. Chinny, if you want to put Grounded on the screen, that would be cool.
I was just saying, is Greg still going, or is he done?
I think he's probably done by now, because when I met with him, he was about halfway done. He had started 3 a.m., I guess, Friday night, Saturday morning.
Okay, yeah.
So you would have finished up 3 a.m.
I feel
today.
really bad that
Anyway.
I didn't do anything. Oh.
You should feel bad. You're a bad friend.
I'll get over it.
You should just randomly click on the Discord from time to time and just maybe you'll stumble into it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, Grounded. I didn't really experience any part of the game that I hadn't experienced before because we were just sort of starting out, building a little house. The spiders are freaking monstrous in that game. We 3 of us teamed up on one at one point and we barely made it out. Like I was very low health. The other thing that's surprising, I don't remember it being this challenging, you have to find water, and water is hard to find. It, is on the grass, leaves of grass. Like it'll be sitting on the dewdrop, and then you hit the grass a couple times, and the dewdrop will fall down, and you can get it. But, on a regular basis, you have to go running around finding water, and it just felt so exhausting to be constantly on the quest for water.
It's hard to find
And,
water.
Well, yeah, I guess, but it's just like, again, look, at a certain point in Minecraft, yes, you have to eat, but you've got, loaves and loaves of bread, or you've caught a lot of fish. So, hunger isn't really a thing and maybe eventually I would get enough water that it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about it. But it just felt like a significant hassle at the start of this game to constantly be finding water. So whatever. I mean, it's fun. It's cute. I didn't play too much with them, maybe an hour or so. There's obviously a lot of depth. There's like, I don't know, but my guess is there's all the science stuff. So I think you eventually find a way to make yourself big again and then, whatever. But in the meantime, you're cutting down grass and making rope out of plant fiber and making spears with pebblets and stuff. It's
So,
cute.
well,
It's
did
fun.
you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. I had a good time. And again, it would be cute by itself, but playing with other people just makes it's a whole new world.
We played this together.
We did
Yeah.
long time
Yeah,
ago,
we did.
though. Now.
It's true. We could play it together again if we wanted to on Game Pass.
Well, we could.
Now that it's actually out.
Probably not gonna, but we could.
Yep.
Mm.
So anyway, that's Grounded. Fun. Good stuff.
Very good.
Yep.
I've only played one other thing this week, which is the Shadows of Rose DLC for Resident Evil Village.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
which I bought because I do like a bit of Resident Evil.
you do.
And it is still around Halloween, so I thought, you know what? Why not?
Why not?
I'm a fair way in it, but I'll be
Like a
honest
golf?
with you. It's all right, but it is a lot. You know, when you're saying Plague Tale's more of the same, well, this is definitely more of the same. They've reused obviously all the assets from the Village game, so the like where you are is the same. You know, I'm back in.
Did you buy this then? Did you buy this?
Yeah, I bought it. It was only 12 quid, so it wasn't like crazy amount of money. So I'm just like, it's about 3 to 5 hours gameplay. So I thought that's reasonable for 12 quid. You know what I mean? I wasn't like disappointed. It does introduce a third person mode though. So that's quite interesting. And the DLC has to be played in third person.
Yes.
So this is played in third person. And she
How
does
does
have
it
some
play?
cool powers. It plays the same as Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
More Resident
But-
Evil?
or what
Pretty
about
much.
Resident Evil 2? It sort of looks like Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I suppose it's like Resident Evil Village set in Resident Evil 4. Because that's obviously third person.
Have they updated the main game to play in third person?
Yes, you can play the main game in third person now if you want as well.
Yeah.
So you can do that. Have you played Village? Have you played it?
No, I haven't played 7.
Oh, it's so good.
I haven't played
Village
3.
is a really 7 and Village are just great games.
Yeah, I
7
know,
is the
they're on
better
list.
one.
They're on the list.
7 is the better one. 7 is
They're on
better
the
than
list.
this.
But I want to play 3 because I love 2. I'll play 3.
Yeah, 3 was all right. It's not a big time investment either. 3.
No.
It only takes about 3 or 4 hours.
Well,
Maybe
these
a
are the
like
things that
slightly
people say, but I still haven't done it.
I know. Yeah, I played and finished.
What
I
am
played
I
and finished. I
like?
can say I'm committed. Unlike you, I'm committed to these games. But it was fun. It's fun. You know, it's fucking hell. I thought I'm just going to do it on standard.
Fucking hell.
I do quite often play on easy these days because I can't be bothered playing the game for way longer than I need to.
Yeah.
But the enemies in this game are bullet sponges. Like you need like 3 headshots per enemy, and obviously ammo is always limited in these games, as you know.
Well, that's the game.
That's the game. Ammo's limited.
That's the game we
And
play.
sometimes you get 3 or 4 at once as well. There's quite a lot of enemies come together at you, which is fucking annoying. But yeah, you've got this cool power. There's all these weird plant things, and you just kill them with your weird power, sort of thing. Yeah.
So, how far did you get into the DLC?
I reckon I'm probably getting on for halfway through it. I would think it's not
Uh,
very long, like I say, and I've played quite a lot of it.
Do you think you will finish the DLC?
Definitely, I'm going to finish this off this week. So I doubt it'll take me very long to finish
Because
it. To be
you're
honest.
waste man's staying at home.
Well, no, because I'm back at work this week.
Yeah.
So I did mention this at the top of the show. You probably weren't listening, but I am back at work. I've had my get back to
Sorry,
work.
we
notice,
probably
as we've
weren't what?
mentioned this. Exactly.
Ah.
Not listening.
I
is
was
what
listening.
you
Right.
were doing.
I didn't know
Okay.
you used
Anything else
Discord.
about? Yes. Anything else
It's
about
pretty
Resident Evil
cool. It
Village,
is
Shadows
cool
of
going
whatever?
back to going back to the mansion and everything. You know, it is quite cool.
Well, yeah.
But
Great.
there's
It's like
no
your summer
there's
home.
no Lady Dimitrescu, and it's weird that her not being there because you know
Lady
that's who. Yeah, that's who lives in this big massive mansion stroke castle.
You can't perv over her.
No, she's not there. She isn't
What
there.
kind of game is this?
I know. I was expecting at least a little bit of perving.
A little bit of booby.
A little bit of perving. But there's none. You just gotta wander around and fight these weird zombie mold things, I guess. Well, hey ho.
Fascinating. So,
I think it's fine for the 12 quid.
yeah.
I think it's fine for that. It's not overpriced, I wouldn't have said. And
Just
you
play
get
it,
some
just play it.
you get mercenaries
Just play it.
DLC or
Just pay
something, which
money and pay.
play it.
makes no difference to me.
Play
I'm
it.
never playing this in multiplayer.
it.
Even if you're dead,
Yeah,
just play it.
play it.
Just play it.
Even if you're dead, just stick a
Even if you
controller
don't
in
have
your
any
hand.
hands, play it.
Yeah, just play
Yeah,
it.
just play it. There's an adaptive controller. You'll be fine.
What's next?
Yeah, news, because I don't think we've got any other stuff, have we?
Putting news first.
You need no other games to talk about.
Right, some big news this week that we need to start straight
news.
away. Straight away.
Yeah, hit us with the big news.
The big news this week is PSVR 2 is to launch in Feb next year, and we've got a price tag for it.
Oh, it's
Oh my
pricey.
God.
Now, do you know how much this is going to cost, Duke?
I don't even know what it is. Sorry, what are we talking about?
PSVR.
PlayStation VR 2.
I actually do know how much it costs.
No one gives a shit.
Ah, they do.
That's how much it costs.
I'll tell you how much this is going to cost, Duke. More than a PS5 console. That's how much this thing's
Wow,
gonna
that's
cost.
ridiculous. What are they basing this on? Like, they
This
had
is-
such a great response of the first one.
Well,
we gotta jack up the
I
price
think
for the
there's
second one.
fucking lots of issues with this.
Of course, it's VR. There's lots of issues in it.
Correct.
Expensive,
529
boring,
quid.
stupid bucket on your head.
$550, Duke, or 600 euros is what this thing is costing.
Fucking
And
ridiculous.
I think that is a lot of money to expect people to
yeah.
pay when there's a cost of living crisis. Fuel bills are going through the
Wait,
roof.
wait a minute. Since when do video game companies give a fuck about cost of
Yeah,
living
but
crisis?
they've gotta
After
do,
the
because-
2008 worldwide recession disaster, you think they were like, we should make games cheaper because people are having a hard time with
No,
their
because
economy.
they
No, they
still
never
need to
care about
sell
that.
these things, and it's already a niche product.
Well, yeah,
They've gotta
it's a niche
sell-
product.
They put all this fucking research into making this thing, which will cost
Yes.
billions and millions of
It's a
pounds.
stupid product they never should have
It
bothered
is
with.
stupid because I don't think they're going to sell anywhere. I mean, this is worse than the PS3 launch, in my opinion.
I think
think they've over-
I think
it's
Stu's
too
talking
much.
about like not they shouldn't care morally. I mean they have
Yeah.
they have an interest
Yeah, but
They're-
financially to care
they're
about.
it
meant
would
to
make
be
more
selling
sense for
this.
them in the long term if they
It
made
makes
it
no
cheaper
sense at all
because
to
of what's
launch
going
this
on
now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
there's
but
one...
they don't. But here's the thing, though. Hang on a second, though. Those developments of the cost of living, Ukraine, Russia, like those came about relatively recently. They've been developing this for 3 years.
Yeah, but
They
Ukraine,
have.
I mean,
Probably set
Ukraine,
the
that was
price
like
point.
they can
They've
adjust.
got
It's been
time
like
to
8
delay
months.
this
It's been like
launch.
8 months. I know. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that those matters are going to be a big factor in their.
Well, they
decisions
will
about it.
because I think this is going to be I don't think they're going to sell as many as they think, and
I agree.
it's a big investment, a big research
Yes.
investment, and also, right. Here's my take on this, right?
Oh, thank God we're getting your take.
No.
Just
If
calm down,
you
Chinny.
was-
It's happening.
If you were Sony launching a cutting edge VR headset to go along with a PS5, right? The first company you're gonna speak to is fucking Valve and go, any chance we can get Half-Life Alex on this here Sony PlayStation 5, please? Would be really
All
appreciated.
you're talking about is things that you want to happen.
No,
of
I'm
course.
not.
What else
No.
is there to talk about?
No, if you're showcasing what they're saying is the new cutting edge VR system, right? You want the cutting edge games on that system.
Well, there's other games.
There isn't any other games. The only one they've
Oh
announced.
my God,
right?
Stu's finally said it. Stu's finally said it. I checkmated him. Checkmate.
Ooh,
He's
I see
just
what you
said
did
it.
there.
There are no other
No.
games for the
You don't
VR.
let me
We are
finish my
done.
sentence.
Thank you very much for
Let-
listening to the show.
Let me
Honestly,
finish my
it's been a pleasure.
sentence.
Thank you so much. It's been great. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to the guys that burgled the van. Really big up to yourselves.
For
Whoa.
God's sake. Let me finish my sentence, right?
Here, how
There
about
are
this?
no
Jim?
other VR games launching on the PS5 for this system that can show off its potential until about November next year when there's some Horizon Zero Dawn spin-off coming. The things
He's
they've
finally
got,
admitted
right?
it that it's not worth it. They're just remaking
It
old
isn't
shit.
worth it.
It's
It isn't
over.
worth
Thanks so much to James Alderman for tuning into the chat. Darren Sim.
Bippity bow.
It isn't worth it. It's not worth buying one of these.
Oh, he's finally said it. Yes, thank you very much.
Look, just get a Quest 2 and poker, you're done.
Ah, yeah, that's it. That's the only game
it.
that's
There's-
worth playing.
there's-
Like,
There is no need to buy. And golf. The mini golf's pretty good fun.
yeah, good job.
Mini
You
golf's
had
pretty
us
good.
and then you lost us.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't see a point at the moment for them to launch it this early next year. When they
Thank you very
haven't
much.
got a showcase fucking game to go with it. And they've been,
I agree. Yes,
Valve,
you're right.
Please give me half.
Are you expecting us to argue with you on this, or
that
like
we
I
can
don't-
show off our new headset on our PS5?
They will
and have
never
video?
You're right.
put
They're not going to
this-
sell very many. This is a stupid thing.
I think it is. I think it's ridiculous. I really do. Even I'm saying that a
Thank
VR
God.
product is ridiculous. It's too much money.
Honestly, we need to stop.
Anyway.
Oh.
Stew.
Anyway.
This is usually where I start going nuts with
I'm
the.
sorry.
I'll tell you what,
Sound
Sony is doing well. So they're releasing a fucking VR headset no one gives a shit about, right?
Yeah.
And they've also lost nearly 2 million PS Plus subscribers since they did the service revamp.
Yeah.
It's not looking good for Sony at the moment. I really think they're making
No,
some
they're
shit
making
really
some
weird.
It's a very
bad
bad
decisions.
like the way Microsoft sell Game Pass is very easy to get in. You almost buy it by accident sometimes. Like it's just easy. It's
Yeah.
branded well, it's marketed well, it's sold well, £1 a month for 3 months or stack it on your Xbox Gold. It's confusing what the PlayStation product is.
Yeah,
And it's
'cause you've got all these
confusing
fucking tiers.
how to buy it, where to buy it, what it's called. No one knows what it's called, right? It's fucking confusing.
And if
It's
this was
shit.
Game
No, no,
Pass,
no.
God of War Ragnarok will be on the service.
Correct.
Where it
And it's
isn't on
not.
Sony. You've still got to pay another 60
If God of
quid
War
if you wanna
Ragnarok
play
was
that.
Ragnarok,
Ragnarok.
if God
If
of
they
War
put that on
Ragnarok
PS Plus,
was
yeah,
that, if
game,
that was on the PlayStation Pass,
launch day,
right, it would be fucking game over. You know what they've done? They've put their toe in the water, but they haven't jumped in.
no, they haven't. If they
And
put that
Phil
on
Spencer
day one, right,
dived head first into a fucking pool with
they
Game
would
Pass.
suddenly have another 1 million subscribers
Yeah,
in
of course they
probably 2
would.
days.
Of course they would.
And
They're
then
just
maybe
two
more after
pussies.
that.
They're just too pussy to do
They
it.
need to fucking get their head in the water and drown in it. That's what they need to do. It's terrible. Some not sort of gaming news, but quite interesting. But Dobby's Grave, I know that you're going to be excited about this, has
Oh,
been
God.
saved. Can I just say it's been saved? The council were going to get rid of it because of all the problems with people coming and shit, but they've decided it can stay.
I forgot what Dobby's Grave is.
It
Yeah, I
doesn't
don't-
matter.
is
It's
this
from
something
Harry
with-
Potter. Harry Potter readers will know what I'm talking about.
Since when is this anything to do with video games?
I said it wasn't. I'd said that before I
Well,
mentioned
don't
it.
list it in our news then.
God, I hate you.
Do that.
on
On
last.
Matchbox
Here is
News,
something-
this card came out.
Here's something I'm interested in. Can I just say? I'm interested in
Is
this.
there any chance that either I or Chinny will be interested in it?
I'm interested in this.
Okay,
Because
go
there is
ahead.
a Last of Us board game coming.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, yeah, there is.
Here, wait, I got it. You ready?
It's the 9th highest selling multiplayer figurine based strategy fantasy sequel game in history.
What was it called? The
There you
Cones
go.
of...
I
the
was waiting for that. Cones of Dunshire.
Dunshire, yeah.
This is called The Last of Us Escape the
And there's a.
Dark.
Did you see the teaser for this TV show? That's
Didn't,
out.
yeah.
What
Oh, yeah,
TV
no, I
show?
have seen that. No, I'll tell a lie.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I you can't tell. Here's the question I have about the TV show, and I suppose this applies to the board game too. Is it meaningful stuff in the lives of the characters between or before or after the games, the video games? Because it doesn't seem like that. I don't know. It feels like these people deserve some time to rest between these epic adventures of fighting against monsters.
They're living in the apocalypse. They have no time to rest.
Never mind that. In terms of story satisfaction, it just becomes so overwhelming. Like every minute of every day is spent on the verge of death. You can't live like that.
That's how it is, though. It's the
That's what I
apocalypse.
think. You don't know that. We haven't been through an apocalypse. Not
could
all
be like this,
apocalypses are the same. Apocalypse. Anyway.
The apocalypse, man. That's what it's like.
So I haven't seen the trailer. When is the TV show set?
It's like a
It's-
year from
it's-
now. It's not coming out
yeah.
anytime soon.
It's set
like
in the
spring of
beginning of the game. It's basically the game.
It's the game,
Okay,
right?
well, I hope that makes sense then, because I'd be curious to see how they adapt it. And, whatever.
Because the way Duke was talking, he was saying like it was set between the games.
No, it's
Well,
the
that's
game.
what- it's hard to tell, so whatever. But I take your word for it that that's the case.
Right.
Well, I mean, the trailer shows them in the tunnels at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
Crawling through the tunnels.
Because there's
trying
no
to
other way
escape.
you could have people in tunnels.
And then he shows Ellie and her friend on the carousel, which is in the game.
I don't remember that.
That's in the DLC.
Okay, well, I'd say.
So it's kind of the game. He's trying to get her to
Anyway,
the
tell us
place
about
where they
this
get-
board game. Go ahead.
So there's a new board game coming, and it's on Kickstarter, and it looks
Okay.
pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. You know, it doesn't look simple. There's a lot of dice, and
Oh, I can play this other sound clip I have
Um,
about the Cones of Dunshire.
cards.
Gameplay magazine called it punishingly intricate.
It's definitely that. It definitely looks that. But I'm interested. I do like a good board
Funny,
game,
I thought I
as
would
you
be
know.
playing that with Gloomhaven, but nope.
There you go. Oh, I've played Gloomhaven this week, by the way. I'm nearly leveled up to level 3. So, it's looking good. Just saying.
It's the 9th highest selling multiplayer figurine based strategy fantasy sequel game in history.
Probably true.
You're big nerds too. That's the takeaway there. Go ahead.
And that's kind of it for news. There wasn't a lot of news. There wasn't a lot
Well, what
of
the
news.
heck,
That's-
man? Come on,
I know, it's a
gaming
bit of a-
world,
bit of
give
a
us some
slow
more
week.
stuff.
That's why I had to
Yeah.
put Dobby's grave story in there because it was pretty
Did
slow.
you have to though? Did you
I did.
really have
I did
to?
have to.
No.
I did have to.
I don't know.
Right, we've got some emails. So shall we do the emails?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, let's do emails.
Let's
I
do
am ready for
emails.
that.
Whoa, that ruled.
Man, there really isn't any news. The guy I went to Polygon.com to
There's
see if they
nothing.
had some news, and they said here's one of the articles on the top of the front page of Polygon.com. Interview with the Vampires. Lestat is everyone's favorite horrible character for a reason. Them books came out like 20 goddamn years ago. Is that
and
really
that film
on your
was
front
not that
page?
much near.
Oh, there's a new TV show though. I guess never mind. But then the one next to it is I read every God of War Wikipedia entry to better understand Ragnarok. Like really?
Honestly,
that's
there's no
news?
news. There literally is no news. We've got an email though off Antonio, and he
Where,
says,
if people want
Antonio's
to email the show, what do they do?
Just send it to our show.
yeah.
This-
podcast at veterangamers.co.uk. Ignore Duke.
Yeah.
Use email to send it.
Yeah, it's very easy. But Antonio has a quick question. I like this new thing of his.
Antonio.
Quick questions.
Quick question.
Yeah, quick question.
Any TV shows or films you're looking forward to in the near future? Duke, go.
Yeah, well, there's a new one out in theaters called He Said, She Said, which is about the breaking of the Harvey Weinstein story, and I really want to see that.
Oh yeah, I've seen the trailer for that. Yeah.
And Wakanda Forever's coming out before too much longer, so what? What? Yeah.
Yeah. Chinny?
I haven't listened to the soundtrack yet. but I should.
No, I just watched like the House of Dragon stuff, so I don't know.
How
what
well
we're
you
gonna
done? Have
watch
you
next.
done? Have you done?
Yeah. So I don't know what we're gonna watch.
Good.
next.
I liked it. What did you think? What's your final
I
thoughts
thought it
on
was.
the TV?
I thought it was great. Absolutely.
I think it's a good setup for season 2, big time.
A little bit too much incest for me, which is any.
Well, there's a lot of it.
But
you had to know it was coming.
You know,
yeah, it's Targaryens. They spent all the
They
time
bloody
doing
It's
love
it.
Game of Thrones. It's gonna have incest.
And
They
Targaryens,
love it.
Valerians. They were all up to it.
Well, I mean, the always pay their debts.
Lannisters.
The
Lannisters.
Lannisters had plenty of
Well,
incest
they were
too,
they
right?
were at it as well. Yeah.
I mean, a lot of royal families tend to keep the
Targaryens more
bloodline
than any
pure,
other, though. To be fair.
quote unquote.
Anyway, it's fine.
Anyway.
It's a good show. I have no idea. There's nothing that I can think of.
I want to see season 2 of Abbott Elementary and Reservation Dogs. That's another good show.
Yeah. Well, I'm most looking forward to it. And I think it's out either this week or next week. Is Dead to Me. The final season's out on Netflix, which I'm so looking forward to. It's going to be so
I don't
good.
know what that is.
It's a great show, actually. If you've never seen Dead to Me, look it up. It's Christina Applegate,
Nope.
and I can't remember what the other woman's called.
Mediocre
But basically, she kills Christina Applegate's husband by accident, and then ends up going to a alcohol rehab thing with her, and doesn't realize it's her husband she's killed. So it's kind of all
Oh
that.
dear.
It's
Sounds
a
great.
really good. Dead to Me is called.
It sounds
it's really
like
good.
a right
Accidental murder is incest and accidental murder. This is what
Yeah.
we're excited to
Yeah.
watch. Yeah.
It's so good. Honestly, if you've never seen it, it's going to be great. Bless. And I feel so sorry. Christina Applegate's got really bad MS, and
Oh,
they had to take
God.
5 months off shooting to finish the
Wow.
final season. So,
Hmm.
fingers crossed, it's going to be good because it's meant to be a bit Thelma and Louise for the final season.
They're gonna
Which they're
die.
Yeah, I
We
think
don't
that's
know that
going
they
to
die. Maybe the car sprouted wings or something.
it's going to be. They're on the run from the cops basically in the final season. So.
Breaking the law. Breaking
Yeah.
the law.
So it's going to be good. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's good, and it's very funny. So you definitely, if you've never seen it, just watch it. It's so good.
Just
Not
watch
play
it. Just watch
Just
it.
watch it. Just watch it.
You can't
right,
end
we answered
everything with
Antonio's
just watch
question.
it or play it.
Can do. Can do. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm looking at. It's like films wise, I've lost touch a bit with films. You know, like what's coming up and what's coming out.
We watched
Um,
Clockers again this weekend. That's a good movie. It's not Spike's best, but I think it's got a lot of good
Yeah.
stuff in it. And
We've watched Halloween Ends, which
I
was
haven't
all
watched
right.
Halloween.
Like the new one.
Yeah,
it was
I've
pretty
never
good.
seen
Anyone.
Nope, me neither.
Yeah, it's true. Jason in the chat, by the way, he's put Chinny. I've never
Yes.
told you this, but you're more popular than the Beatles.
Yes.
Are you okay, Stu? I'm even singing it with just by saying it. Is one of the greatest hits since Taco versus Burrito.
Yeah. No, it's.
Is
it's
that a real
okay, yeah.
song?
Not a, probably not. I doubt. In fact, I doubt it.
It's a big hit.
Just
It's a big
yeah,
hit.
it maybe is.
Yeah.
Talking of Jason, we have got an email from Jason.
Oh, Jason Gallagher.
Jason Gallagher.
What up?
He says, "No one lives forever.
I'm gonna live forever.
I will admit to
Fame.
playing shit as a toddler. Who doesn't when they're 2? At least I never
Does he
ate
mean
it.
playing with shit or like?
Yeah, I think he missed out the obvious. He said, I
like
will admit
bad
to
video
playing
games?
shit as a toddler. No, he doesn't mean playing with shit.
Okay.
Who doesn't when they're 2? At least I never ate it. I don't ever remember playing with shit. I can't
No.
say I never did because I can't remember what I did at 2. Maybe I did. I don't know.
No.
Never. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I did once. He's now saying it when he was 2. He ate some of his own shit.
Wow.
Might explain a
What?
few things.
Oh,
We literally read.
don't write in with this kind of thing,
But,
Jason.
but I learned my lesson. Me and my twin always made bath time extra fun for my mum. Never leave a toddler unattended, not for 1 second. We weren't always bad. We got pretty clean on other occasions. But we used to spread Mr. Bubble all over the tub and spin in circles as fast as we could until we threw up. I heard from my parents the cleanup was I can't even imagine doing that either.
Why on earth did I say, "Hey, Jason, an email from Jason. This is gonna be fun." Throwing up and pooping in the tub. Great, Jace. Thanks.
I don't play shit
More
these
M&Ms,
days.
anybody?
I don't play with shit
Well,
these
that's
days, but I have been known to spin in the tub every now and then. Nostalgia is everywhere. Here's a good one, or 2 for you to consider.
All right.
Ghost Song, God of War. I didn't get excited for Metroid games like I did in the 80s or bathtubs like I did in the 70s. But when I get off work sometimes, the tub is the only thing that soothes me. That and a good old game like Ghost Song. I don't even know what Ghost Song is. Does anyone know what this is?
I don't know what
Ghost
he's talking
Song?
about. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Maybe I
Which
can
is the
look it up
sweetest
on
love letter I've
internet.
ever read. I highly recommend it from its gameplay,
It's an atmospheric
sound
2D
design,
adventure of self-discovery, ancient mysteries, and cosmic terror, according to the Wikipedia
Enemies.
summary.
and the kindest visual candy around. It's
Okay.
top tier and will beat the shit out of any game you're currently playing, unless you're playing that. We all know that one I'm referring
Won't be
to,
Rocket
don't
League.
we, Zach? Ah, yeah. As for God of War, Kratos will always be the Jason to my Argonauts, the clash of my Titans. I have to wait to carry around some dude's talking head around my waist, so for now I'll stick with Ghost Song. Yeah, Deadly Premonition, though, man, he is right. That is the
Nope.
pinnacle of gaming, just
Also
right
wrong.
there. It is right there. Anyway, to the point of this email, there is a point, apparently, people. So, you know,
We haven't
strap
had the
in.
point with the spinning around and puking.
Strap
All
in,
right,
man.
Let's hear it. I hope there's
wanted
no
to
more
ask if
bodily
you
fluids
guys-
in this.
Wanted to ask if you guys ever played No One Lives Forever, because I never did, and it looks like a gem. It's a comedy spy game, too many companies pretending to own the rights, so I don't think it's available anymore. Stay positive,
Okay.
guys, and remember, I'll have the bath ready for you, Jason.
Oh,
I've never
So-
heard of it.
I've heard of it, but I can't remember what it is. I've heard of No One Lives Forever. It does ring a bell, but I don't think I've ever played it.
mm.
I don't feel like I did anyway.
Well, and it's never come out because they can't get the rights to it, or what?
I don't know. No, he says it's come out, but it might not be available anymore because there's loads of
like Quantum of
tangling.
Solace.
Yeah. Let me have a look. I'm looking now. I'm looking it up as we speak.
Look it up. Go ahead.
No One Lives Forever. Oh, it's on PlayStation 2.
Jesus Christ.
It's as old as that. The operative No One Lives Forever is a first-person shooter video with stealth gameplay elements developed by Monolith. Fear 2 and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Jason wants you to put Ghost Song on your stream there, Chinny. It's not going to happen, Jason, but you can ask.
It's not happening.
He'd have to do a little work to do
It
that.
does kind of look all right. When did this
You
come
could send
out?
a video clip next time you send it.
All right, it came out in 2000. It's as old as that, 22 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess it was probably fun at the time, but who's going to play a 22-year-old game now?
I mean, I'm looking at the footage and it looks bloody awful.
It looks old.
It's
Well,
a
it is.
first-person shooter spy game.
Yeah. I've never heard of it. I mean, for the time it came out, it looks all right, I guess.
I guess so.
I guess.
You know, it's got at least a bit of animation when they fall over and stuff.
Yeah, animation. I like animation. Yeah.
So they're all doing the same animation, can I just say? But
Yeah, but I like
Of course,
it.
they didn't have very.
I like the
sophisticated
fact, right, that someone just got shot and the other dude just carries on walking towards him like nothing's happened.
Well, yeah, that's what you do if you're a spy.
No, the guy who
You gotta
like
be
the
cool.
other
You
guard.
gotta act cool. Like, they're all spies.
No, but the other guard is like someone just died in front of him, and it's like he never
Apparently,
even
the game
noticed.
is a comedy. What's the comedy? The graphics?
I don't know.
No.
Bam. You know what I mean? Mirror
Yeah, it looks. I'm laughing.
Stop
I'm
sending
laughing
me
in
pictures
the
of the
inside.
sunset, Duchess. Just kidding.
Okay.
She's very.
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, Jason.
thanks, Jason.
It looks great. I think. Why does he keep shooting the
Alright.
same dude over
Shoot,
and over again?
shoot,
No,
shoot. This is
never
why I
mind,
don't put
move
stuff on
on.
the fucking screen, because you're just commenting on it.
I don't know why
Jesus
that's
Christ.
happening though.
Why
It
does he
just
have a
makes
gun?
No sense.
Jesus
Where is he?
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Next email.
That's it. That's it, people.
Okay,
Two.
thanks for all the
Two.
emails, everybody. We're done.
Yeah, I think we're done. Shout outs
right,
and
thanks for
get the hell
listening.
out of here.
Oh wait.
Oh wait, we've got to do shout outs first.
Yes, go ahead.
Uh,
Shouting out.
Chinny, you first.
Shout out to the people that robbed the van. Shout out to.
It's very unlikely that they're listening.
Shout out to the,
It is very unlikely.
whoever made Marvel
you enjoy
Snap.
our
I don't know
shit.
who made it, but I love you.
I think it was Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel people. Shout out to Darren Sim. Just read your name out randomly. I think he corrected me on Star-Lord or Starkiller.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah. So shout out to them, and that's the show. Thank you very much. That's my shout outs. All good.
Duke.
The developer of Marvel Snap is called Second Dinner.
Okay.
Did they do anything else? Ben Brody apparently is the only person. It redirects to just his name.
Oh, Ben
He goes
Brody is
game
the
director of
guy
Hearthstone,
who does Hearthstone. Yeah. So thanks to Ben Brody.
Fair enough. Right. I will shout out Greg DeLacy. What? Because I joined him for his extra life because I'm a cool guy and a good
Well
friend.
done, Greg. Do
Unlike
we know?
these sour turds.
Do we
who
know
can't
how
be
much?
bothered to support sick children? They don't even care about sick children. They told me when I was talking to them earlier before the show, they were like, "Yeah, I don't care about sick children though. Screw them."
Yeah, that's true. That's all
Which
accurate.
just seems so cruel. I mean, why would
Yeah.
you say that?
Yeah.
Shout out to Daryl Brody, whatever his fucking name is.
Do we know how much Greg raised?
He made his goal, so I was donating to someone who had already cleared his goal of $1,000.
Ooh.
I think he did more than 1,000, so that's pretty. cool.
Well done, Greg.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason for the email. Shout out to Antonio for the other email with less puke and poop in it. And shout out to everyone listening all around the world to our award-winning podcast. Oh, no, wait, we didn't win the award. Congratulations to Chinny for winning an award for his whatever it was. And shout
Whatever.
out to little me back in 1985. I was 11 years old.
Well done.
I was 9 years old. And my dad made a car for me, so I have this trophy now because my dad was good at cars.
Excellent
Model
shout
cars.
out, Eric.
Yeah, excellent,
Thank you.
Eric.
Thank you. I spent an hour writing that. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
And
tell.
shout out to the
I think-
Duchess who walks the dog 100 times a day. She rocks.
That dog's just like, please stop.
Oh yeah, I bet
No,
it is.
when I'm playing it, when I'm walking him, he's like, I want to stay outside. I'm like, get in the house. Come on.
Yeah.
All right, Stu,
Stu,
go ahead.
I'm gonna shout
Stu,
out
Do you have
Shinny and
shout
Matt, bless
outs?
them, for having the van robbed this week. That is shitty.
Shitty,
Yes.
shitty.
It's shitty to get your van robbed. So there you go. I'll also shout out Jason, who's sent us an email and stuff, and actually took the time to do it. And Antonio, who sent us 2 weeks on the trot with a
Yeah.
question. We
I like
questions.
his little short questions. They're good.
Yeah, I do.
Ooh,
I think we should have more
give
of those.
extra like bonus points for people who have like a email streak.
Yeah.
Like Antonio's got a 2-week streak.
Ah,
How
and
many?
then what?
See, anybody can? If you can get a 50-week streak, you become our MVP of emails.
Sounds
But
like
you need to
Snapchat.
get something, though, if you have a 50-week streak.
No, it's all bragging rights. Like a little thing you can share on social media, a little virtual trophy. That's what people want. That's why I do
Yeah,
Duolingo.
that's what they want.
Why am I on a 400? What is it? Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. Come on, Duolingo. Tell me how long my streak is at this point. 432 days, people.
Wow.
That's what I got going on
Wow.
Duolingo. Yeah, look at me go. I'm learning that Espanol.
I don't even know what
Yo
Duolingo is.
hablo
It's
I don't
an
remember
app
what
where
it
you
is.
learn languages and stuff.
Oh, of
Yeah.
course. Yeah, no, I have seen that.
That's what you can do on the toilet instead of just playing video games.
Fuck,
There should
Learn
be-
something.
Should get
Expand your
some points.
cultural
Points mean
awareness.
prizes. That's what I think.
I need
Well,
that.
I got
that
virtual prizes.
feedback. I need that.
Well, this has that when you get all of them all right. You go, ding.
Nah.
I'm in the Ruby League.
Okay.
Are we done with this goddamn show yet?
Yeah, I think
Can
we're done.
Stop holding up my goddamn phone. Thanks for listening, everybody. You stupid people.
It's very strange what Eric picks like as a sound effect.
Maybe people should think before they speak. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, think before you speak, man. That's good. That that's advice for life. That is.
Mm.
That is good advice. Always stop for 5 seconds before you respond.
So yeah, I mean, you guys can stay there, but I've got something to show you.
Uh
Ooh, what do you
oh.
have to
Here we
show us?
go. Here we go. Just a minute. Let me get on Zoom. Okay. Then I'm in real time.
So the watchers, the streamers, the pervs can't.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay. Should I stop the recording?
no,
Wait,
no.
hang on. No, I'm going to turn it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough. No more talking.
Stu,
All right.
are you
Recording over.
okay, Stu? Come on,
So,
let's see it.
I mean, I'm still live streaming, but they can't see.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
They can hear but not see.
Can hear it, but not see it.
let me just get it ready, and then I'll just have a look here. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Here we go. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Finish these M&Ms.
So excited.
Bam. So you can see the screen. Yeah.
Oh, I can. Wow. Oh,
So,
okay.
So let's have a look at
Headshots.
this here. So we got the sort of standard. You will see like basically like stuff like this. So that logo is there, but it's a PNG, so it's transparent and all that sort of stuff. So
Right.
All right. Okay.
yeah, so that's like not a new way of doing that logo or anything like that. But
So a lot of times people
There's
put them
like-
on a white and gray.
yeah, so there's a one.
I
I'm
like
not a big,
that.
I'm not
I
a big
like
fan of that one. I'm not a big fan of that one. But
I don't mind that.
It's an interesting take on it, but it's god.
I'm not.
no,
I'm not that keen
hurts
on
my
that one. That
eyes.
looks a bit weird. Yeah, I'm not keen on that.
I mean, I like the idea behind it, but it's just ooh yeah.
Wow, that's like
awesome.
veteran gamers.
That's
like street
beautiful.
art.
Yeah.
So we like this one. Okay, so
Yeah,
let's,
well, I like that one.
let's star that one. What about this one?
Yeah, it's cute.
I quite like a bit
That's
of
veteran
neon.
gamers after dark.
Yeah, I quite like that.
That,
I
that might
like
be good
that.
for on the live stream or something like just
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
that.
I like that. I like the neon. I like neon.
Okay, so that's sort of a neon. We've got like a basic pixel one.
I don't think that looks that good.
It's on blue. there, so you can
I
see.
think I feel like the font's
it's kinda
too
funny retro, but
small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the font's not big enough.
It just
to-
looks like it's compressed. Yeah, we saw that last time. That's nice.
So
Or did we just see the logo? I don't know.
you saw
It's good.
something else, I think. But
Oh, okay. Fair
yeah.
enough.
So that's there.
Yeah.
That looks
So-
like,
like it.
thingy. The
I
God, what
like
was
the
that
graffiti
driving
one best
game?
of all.
So this seems to be the popular
Yeah.
one, right?
That's
Like
just
that
so
one.
well done.
Yeah.
If you used
Did
to have a
Jamie make
t-shirt,
these as well?
yeah. So if you used to have a
And I
t-shirt,
quite like the bottom. I like the bottom font, the very bottom one with the slogan on. I quite like that. That looks classic.
well,
Cool.
that's just like no, that is
What we
the
are-
logo.
what we've been using.
Yeah,
That's our standard.
that's the
logo.
normal one.
Yeah, yeah.
But I quite like this one. I like
Yeah.
the neon one.
I just think the graffiti it works so well.
Yeah.
Just the,
We should just change our
Yeah, I
whole
quite like
logo
that.
to
That would look good on it. I like that.
that would look great on a shirt. I would.
Yeah,
love
it's
to have
good. I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
I do like that.
The one thing, I mean, this is really nerdy, and nobody's gonna care, but the shadowing is inconsistent. It's not. I mean, it makes sense that it's going from left to right,
Oh yeah, you've got shadows on both sides.
right? And it's in
It's
the
like
middle.
it's
No, I
curved.
think what it is
I
is
think
like
it would work better if it was
yeah.
just on the lower right.
Yeah,
or
shadow on one
top
side.
right or whatever.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
It's a very minor thing.
It
That's
looks
really-
like the controller's bent in the middle.
That's very picky.
Well, I just meant the words.
So you got those, and then I think you've seen these. So you can't. This one's hard to see because it does say,
Yep.
"Fuck this."
Oh
game
yeah,
up."
we like that one. No, that one was good.
Yep. That was on a blue background last time.
That says just play it, but in like sort of dots.
Yeah, I wasn't mad keen on that.
That one's like the Nike one. That you like
Yeah,
as
the
well.
night one is the one I think looks cool.
And there's another one without a square.
Yeah, I think the square works though.
And
It's got to
then-
have the square. That I really like.
Yeah,
That
that
looks
was
so good.
Like the ones that I think work best are the ones that really take a swing. Yeah, that's the one we had seen before, I think.
Yeah, I'm not keen on that if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Not mad keen, but yeah, I
I
think
do like the one before it better.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Feedback.
Thank you for organizing
taken.
all that. Yeah.
And then we got. I think we still got. Oh yeah, we got these. These ones. So, yeah, so that'll be a
Love
thing
it.
as well. There we
I
go.
think Stu would look better with like rosy cheeks.
Like rosy cheeks.
No,
Cheeks?
look
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, I think so. So we got those as well.
I had the least flattering picture of all, and Stu's the one complaining.
So the my
Yeah.
inspiration for those ones are this this is where I got the idea for these.
Really? Night? Or are you using a...
I always use night, yeah, for everything.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I can't see it.
Yeah,
but-
this looks great. Yeah, thanks for sharing this.
Sorry. No, I
I
can't
think I've
find it.
seen what you're going to show, though, the 3 heads in a row.
Yeah, the 3 heads in a row. So, but anyway, that's where I sort of stole that from.
That's disembodied heads.
Yeah. So that'll be good. So we got some bits there, and then is
I
there
think that's
anything
pretty good.
else?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
God damn, you got a lot of stuff on your toolbar.
this is like Jamie can't find the graphics of these at all, so
Oh, no.
he's completely lost these.
Yikes.
But
Make
look
sure
at
you have
this.
a backup somewhere.
He saved them somewhere safe.
Yeah. Well, we
Chinny,
still
this is
got
the first time I remember you ever sharing your screen, so I have to ask. Is
Yes.
there really a need to have the weather down there? Isn't it always just rain off and on?
I don't know why. I've never even paid attention to the weather being there, to be honest.
Sky News.
Yeah, I don't know. I just one of them things.
I just have such a minimalist desktop compared to this, but it's okay.
Yeah. So that's that.
Can
so,
you do me a favour, Chinny? Can you just put the faces on again, the headshots?
Aye, here we go.
No, I'm just
Oh,
checking
what?
something. Just a minute. Can you put mine on? He bloody has.
What's on there?
Do you know what's funny? Thingy's doing my t-shirts, right? But
Yeah.
he's put your headshot on it
Oh
Chinny.
no! He's giving you
And I
a,
was like-
a shirt with Chinny's
with
face.
with your face on.
That's so
Did you tell
funny.
him it was the wrong one?
No, I'm going to now because I kept looking at him thinking I'm sure that's not what mine looks like.
That's
And I was
Well,
like-
y'all have.
and that's why I
the
just have to
pictures there are
double
very
check that. I
similar.
figured that definitely isn't my headshot.
Yeah.
See, that's why you need to have a more distinctive face.
I know, yeah, that must be what it is.
If you had
That's what it
stripes in your beard, there would be no confusion.
Or if you had a
That's funny.
beard,
Or
but you don't.
gray hair and a
How
sour.
fucking
I love how
rude.
Chinny's the only one smiling. We're
I better tell him.
Um.
All right, y'all. I gotta finish grading these papers. I gotta upload the show.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Have a good week. Oh wait. What's the game we're gonna play? We didn't. Talk
Oh
about this.
God, yeah. I don't know. Have a look on
Hold
Game
on.
Pass. Just pick something.
Chinny,
Pick
you're
something,
gonna
Chinny.
choose, right?
Pick something, Chinny.
I'm picking.
He's picking. He's picking.
Looking on my phone.
So what's your first day back, Stu?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. So you have tomorrow's your last day of freedom.
It is. It is. I'm only in 2 days though, so it could be
This is
worse.
taking too.
You know what's funny? I should have mentioned this on the show. At noon today, the Duchess goes, "Yeah, something," and then when the clock's set back, I was like, "What do you mean when the clock's set back?" She's like, "We set the clocks back. This daylight savings is over." I was like, "What?" I didn't realize she had set the clocks back because most of the clocks around me are automatically set
Digital.
on the internet. And so she had done the two in the kitchen or whatever, and the one on the wall She had taken care of it. I never would have known. I would have been late to the podcast. I was like, well,
That's
I'm glad
funny.
you finally told me. That's the Duchess. She's always so thoughtful and doing stuff. It's disgusting. Jenny, have you picked something yet?
No, I'm not convinced. Yeah, I'll have a think. I'll have to have a think.
No, I'll just shout things out until you say, okay, fine.
Yeah, come on, pick something. Just pick a game. Just pick something. Goddamn, pick something.
Oh, wait. I can't look at the ones that are available to me because they may not be available to you.
Okay, I've got a game. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, what is it?
What is it?
I just need to.
Ooh, Foragers on.
Have you played
Steam.
Chivalry 2?
Have you played
I
what?
have not. I played Chivalry 1.
Oh, Chivalry.
Let's
No,
do
I haven't
that.
played that.
All right,
Let's
let's
do
do
that.
that.
Chivalry 2, fine.
Chivalry 2. Cool. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Bye.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Bye.
Right, I'm trying to find a cartoony DJ Dex. Oh, I can't find any.
Cartoony DJ Dex.
Yeah,